Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another NOL Monthly here on the NOL channel itself. It's been a while since we've been on here, but we're going to be playing some more BlazBlue as usual, as we only have a few weeks left of this year until 2025 starts up. So let's get some good games in. I'm Salte Boi, joined here on the mic with
Epicnam, and we got 26 entrants in bracket today. I think this is going to be a pretty big one. We got some bombastic faces showing up all the way down from Xcal, Fuzz, Play Guy, Dark Souls, Mass, Showicha, not always online. I'm excited for this.
And I'm excited for these bombastic players that we have lined up for our round one, already in the lobby, already raring to go, locked into our characters. Vendetta on the Ragna, a very good one at that, as well as easysusan. Even in round one, you cannot discount any of these players, and I'm excited to see how this one goes, because this can be very explosive for really both characters in this matchup. Here we go, getting into round one here. Let's see how this round start rolls out. And easysusan going for an aggressive approach, but Vendetta is kind of known for playing that patient game like that. But this is going to be a lot of damage right off the bat with the OD. That's going to be giving easysusan a highly damaging route in a lot of ways to really unlock all the specials that he needs later in the round.
Yep, right there. Already got the DP out as well as the overhead. What are we going to be seeing here? Vendetta choosing the op spend meter to get this knockdown for a full conversion rather than just a pro combo.
Yeah, and there's the GP coming out very big, very invulnerable, and is going to be hurting a lot when you get hit once again, especially in the corner, as now easysusan has level 2 spin unlocked. Vendetta opting to spend that burst, but easysusan with OD, with close to max resources, doesn't really need to expend a whole lot more in order to get that final kill.
I don't know if I agree with that hero burst when he's below 50 meter.
Yeah, it's always a bit tough when you're at low health and choosing to burst, and it looks like easysusan once again is going to make Vendetta pay for that. easysusan so far has been going for a lot of these early ODs, and so far they have been working out quite well, winning a lot of these neutral interactions, and it's giving him such a big lead once he does score that hit with OD.
Yep. And committing to, getting that early lead, and how Vendetta with the, late burst the previous round still doesn't have OD back as they go into game 2.
Yeah, and right there in that game 1, that really exemplifies that Susan game plan that you want to go for every single one of those rounds. You saw how easysusan rooted their combos, their strings, in order to unlock their 3 most important moves. Their DP for defensive reasons, their spin for mix-up reasons, and also the ground viper for damage as well. Ground viper and spin kind of play a bit of a mix-up game as well as a damage game. So it's really, really important to get those specials unlocked. And of course, there's other ones for more niche situations. But right now, easysusan is going to be unlocking the Blade of Judgment first for this round. This one is a pretty good special as well. It may not be as versatile as the other 3 mentioned, but it does allow Susan to poke from further ranges than normal.
And another key thing with Sword is that being that it's, full screen, as you say, you can poke from farther away, but also it's impossible to actually get pushed out. He always has that one last tap that he can choose to do.
Yeah, and with meter, it can be a lot scarier as well, as that does increase the amount of conversions he does get off of moves like that. And right now, I'm not too sure if Vendetta's going to be able to squeeze out that final kill there, as easysusan is surviving with a pixel of life, but trying to escape the corner, gets caught out. And Vendetta is going to be taking their first round with a pretty dominant performance for the second game. And now Vendetta trying to even things up to a 1-1 is once again put into the blender, as easysusan unlocks a lot of special moves right off the bat.
Getting the air hit on the DP there, convertible for Susan. You see a little bit of a blue beat on the ender there. Now Vendetta showing off a reset of their own with the classic 5C Gauntlet Hades.
And there's the DP attempt coming out. While it is very large, it is possible to avoid it, just like any other DP. So Vendetta punishing that effectively, and now has easysusan back up against the wall. This is very much looking like how easysusan was dominant in that first game. Vendetta now has Susan locked in the corner where he kept Vendetta in the entire time the last go around. And now Vendetta opening up with these overheads as well. The axe kick coming in, cracking easysusan up high, and is able to get a quick 2 rounds in a row to take the second game.
Right there, they were showing off some fancy tech doing that air dash back into the blood scythe. Maybe easysusan didn't know just how minus Vendetta was.
Yeah, probably
there,
not there. Yep,
that blood scythe, ideally is -5 at that height, probably -7 or 8. I think a 5A was called for.
Yeah, but especially in all those tight situations, it can be quite hard to tell when it comes to frame data as minute as that. That is only a difference between 2 frames. While that is important, it can be hard to miss.
Another thing that's important right there is getting that early cancel into the OD during the hit stop, which I kindly did to get the 5C conversion rather than being forced to go into 5B. However, getting good proration doesn't matter if you drop the combo, which easysusan did not do.
Oh, the mix-up, the RC conversion, and now Vendetta is pushing easysusan up against the wall. Though easysusan is going to be getting some meter along with it, so does have it to spend if he so chooses to use it, but cannot do anything now as Vendetta has jailed him into this loss.
The one thing he wanted to spend meter on, DPRC, wasn't available. And that's going to take him straight into round 2 of this game, where they are tied up 1-1 in the set, but it's 1-0 in the game for Vendetta.
Vendetta on set point is looking to take this round as quickly as possible, but once again, easysusan is not going to go down without a fight, though these 5 of these coming in are going to be doing wonders. 5B is especially an important button in this matchup just because that is attacking out of range that Susan can't quite contest at that speed and that range.
Yep. Susan's 5B of their own is slightly slower at 1 more frame.
And
but
with that, while Vendetta did lose that first game, that second game and third game went by so fast.
Yep, they show that they locked in, they were warmed up. We're getting a little bit of cheering in the chat. Beta Dude Jr., as they say. Vendetta, a young up-and-coming, huge up-and-coming Ragna player. We have a lot of faith in them. We'll see where they go in this bracket.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Now you got me stuck up over calling him Beta Dude Jr.
They say. We'll see.
Yeah, no. Certainly great play, but I feel like one of the most fun things about watching Ragna is just how each player pilots the character, because there's a lot of different things you can do. And while at the top level, some Ragna players are going to argue that no, Ragna is pretty standard across the board in terms of play styles. But honestly, I beg to differ. Play Guy plays so different from Beta Dude, and Vendetta plays so different from the other two. And don't even get me started on Zen. Zen plays a completely different beast.
Zen my goat.
He plays the evil side of Ragna. And
he definitely plays a completely different play style with his own signature and everything.
Yeah, no, he's such a joy to watch whenever he does show up on stream and in those matches. And speaking of these matches coming up, we got Pho versus Spritecranberry coming up to the stage. This is going to be a fun one. I think I've seen these two players play recently as well. If you don't know, Pho is going to be piloting the Tiger, big body grappler, and on the other side we got Sprite, the big body brawler, who wants to be doing as much damage as possible and wants to sort of be in Tiger's face, which is a bit interesting now that you think about it, because Pho wants Sprite in his face, being that grappler that he is. So we'll see how Sprite changes his play style in order to fit the mold.
Yeah, one of those things, a lot of people complain about grapplers, but grapplers have to get in. So you could just not be near them. But Azrael doesn't have that option. He has to play in his face. And we're seeing the magnetism already applied.
Ooh. Yeah, magnetism, one of the key parts of one of the key tools of Tiger's kit that allows it's kind of like what you were talking about, right? Where you said that the grappler has to be in front of the other player's face. Well, he doesn't actually have to approach if he doesn't want to. With magnetism applied, he can actually make Sprite come to him, especially with that spark bolt, another one of the key tools that Pho has to his arsenal. But that 5C is going to be proving to be a very difficult tool to deal with, just because of how big it is and how fast it is at that range.
Kills. Oh,
Now, Sprite not wanting to spend any resources, could have easily popped OD, gone to EA, could have gotten that kill, but Sprite holding back, wanting to save resources for this next round just because he has such a huge lead, and that's a smart decision, especially now that Pho only has 5 bursts remaining, 6 now, and is going to be taking a little bit in order to get that burst back later in the round.
He's auto-timed. Like, in some ways, it can be easier when you're magnetized. Well, he's not ready to convert the Fatal. I wonder what he was looking for.
2 weak points applied to Pho. The side swap, cross up right there again. Such a hard mix-up to deal with, especially when you're not ready for it.
Right there, utilizing, Azrael's body invol, taking the move straight from Slayer.
If we want to, Sprite could kill in this combo, but I don't even know if this combo is going to kill without spending any resources, and that's not what is going to happen. Instead, Sprite's going to back up and go for that goose up once again. All reliable in this matchup so far. Great approaching tool, especially with meter that Sprite has been using with it so much. Basically grants Azrael a neutral skip.
Yes. Something that Tager either called out or he didn't, and it's that simple. But right here with the burst spent on Sprite's side, we'll see if PhoKing will be able to be a little bit more aggressive.
That's a mistimed command grab. That's so unfortunate. Now Pho has 2 weak points applied, rolled early and got hit on the roll. Sprite going to be taking him to the other side of the stage. Unfortunately, dropped the combo midway through, but are we going to be able to take advantage of this situation? Yes, we will. The dive kick coming down on Pho. Not going to be grabbed.
What on earth did we just see? We just see 3 overheads applied? And there's the sneaky reset. Oh no. Sprite feeling himself a little bit too much in this match.
I don't know. I feel like in that situation, that's exactly what you need to go for. And add that mental layer on top of Sprite, especially now that Sprite is still on set point.
That is a great point you mentioned, that he does only need to win this one round right here.
Speaking of winning this one round, Sprite is trailblazing in order to get to that point. But Pho has something to say about it. Take that command grab. Take that gadget finger. Magnetism applied. RCG trying to extend the combo, but a smart burst from Sprite. A very aggressive one. Though Pho still has him back up against the wall. Is able to go for a command grab, cashing him out.
Okay. Oh, and that's a momentum burst right there. Pho did not want anything right there. And that'll take the round off of it. And the game, bringing them to 1-1 in the set.
Yeah, man, just a few small mistakes is all you need to do, and suddenly you are knocking on a death's door when it comes to fighting against Azrael or Tager. Like we saw in that interaction right there. I mean, like, Sprite had the lead for most of that round there, and suddenly Pho got that one command grab, one lucky grab there, and was able to run away with that round. That's really all you need with these characters. One touch is an archetype that you can use to describe them.
something big about both of these characters is they have so much health, so, you know, the lead doesn't matter until the opponent's health's at 0. Like, there's so many times they get so many extra chances.
That's true. Oh, we try to go for a mash. It's Sprite thinking they could OD and press a button, using the invincibility there to suck them in. And that is going to be a huge turning point in this round. But can we keep this going?
What on earth was that?
That was tricky.
I thought he
Straight
lost
into the super.
What on earth is going on?
I don't think I've ever seen that before with that character. And right now, Sprite is not going to let us see any more.
Just completely unfazed by that interaction, getting launched on the other side of Taker. I think he was rolling towards him, and then just got flipped to the other side. It's good to know that the magnetism is, you know, a powerful force during those tech rolls. I don't know if we'll see that being applied again, but one thing that will be required for that is for, you know, there to be a knockdown, which, you know, Gadget Finger prevents.
Yeah, that's true, but it presents a much more difficult position for Sprite to get out of, just because it is a reset that applies magnetism, and you're suddenly put into a guessing game by him. Oh, he's trying to go for 2 sneaky command grabs.
One at a time with a powerful RC on the guard point. Oh.
The grab, and it connects.
A little bit too much fun.
Final game, final round.
I'm a huge fan of the cross up, then the air dash aerial, and with the same side overhead after, you know, doing a little around the world. But Taker has some excellent get off me tools, which is an unfortunate thing for a grappler to have, but if it does damage, it does damage, right?
That's true. Damage is what you need to win, and Sprite is doing a lot of that. Low weak point applied, high weak point applied, opened up with the overhead. Going to be using that burst in order to negate that damage, and has to use that spark bolt, gain that magnetism applied by any means possible. But Sprite is right up on top of him now, and he's the one deciding what's going on until Fuh decides to spend that meter for the command grab yet again, taking away half of Sprite's health. But Fuh has no more meter to his name, and Spark Bolt is coming back very, very soon. But unfortunately, Fuh is not able to last long enough as Sprite finishes them off to take their first win and move up into round 2.
Yup. Right there, the Taker command grab actually came out, but Azrael 5D puts him in the air for a couple frames. So the Taker command grab just completely whiffed.
Yeah, just really smart play from Spritecranberry to avoid that situation from the grab. And hopefully we'll see more of Fuh and maybe see more of Taker as well, because I believe, if I saw correctly, Mastfam was in this bracket. Unless he decided to DQ out of it. No, never mind.
We still have Mass.
Oh, no, there he is. Mastfam's still in there. Winners round 2, going to be playing against the Needy off stream. But we'll probably be seeing more Mastfam and possibly more of Fuh as well. A great player that's certainly capable of making it into loser side top 8, though that's going to be a treacherous journey from there, as a lot of strong players have already dropped down to that side of the bracket. easysusan is notably there. We have Sheldon notably there, and we're going to be seeing that fill up even more. But let's go back to winner's side of the bracket, because that's where we're going to be until top 8 as we get to our first match of round 2 between Showicha and Ryder. I saw Ryder talking in the chat earlier, and
oh my god,
both these players are Azrael players, so look forward to more of this character moving forward.
Wow, they really ran the Azrael ditto. Does Showicha no longer play Ragna?
Showicha, no, I think Showicha mainly plays Ragna, but Showicha does have a bit of Azrael in him. So I am excited to see how this rolls out.
You know, we'll see what the choice is here. It looks like he has, you know, the knowledge that he needs. With 3 quick hits getting on the board, I think this might have been a smart choice.
Well, you never really know. We saw easysusan take that first round, but look how easysusan fared later on in the bracket. It just goes to show that the competition can be so tight. And Showicha wants to make sure that a statement has been made starting from round 1. Black Hawk Stinger with a perfect. Showicha is going to be taking the first round of game number 1 here.
He's on fire right now. All right, what can Ryder do to cook up, an alternative? And you stole my character, and you're like, what are you really taking from me?
Like, Showicha, you don't even play this character as your main. I play this character as my main.
This one's my guy. Like, oh? Using the anti-air to beat the Gustav. Unusual option considering Azrael has a body-involved move of its own. Oh, we can see a little bit of the Ragna player in Showicha coming out, right on that clash saying 5C, pushing whatever big button will reach.
Aggressive burst from Ryder, especially when you have both weak points applied. You want to be in the driver's seat and not let Showicha get this reward like he's getting right now. Take it to the other side of the screen once again, and with another Black Hawk Stinger finish. Showicha has taken the first game over Ryder. Honestly, with the Azrael pick, I don't know if I expected this.
I didn't expect this.
Like, if Showicha played Ragna, I'll be like, okay, maybe Showicha wins. But with the Azrael, I was completely positive that Ryder would be in the driver's seat, but Showicha throwing him to the shotgun instead and showing him how it's done.
Right now, he's, taking a little bit of a second to, see, what if I let Ryder push some buttons? What will he do to me? Right there. Every button that he's pushed, it feels like it's gotten him counter hit. But Showicha might be losing out on a little bit. And he is losing out on nothing.
Now once again in control, holding that steering wheel tight. And not going to be letting it go. Showing Ryder how to ride it through this round as Showicha is on set point. And it feels like Ryder has not had much time to really gain any real advantage in this set. The only real time where I feel like that happened was when Ryder chose to spend that burst and get Showicha into the corner, which was a smart decision in the moment, but unfortunately,
what is going on here?
Not keep it going.
Looks like Showicha was just so used to Ryder getting hit, he wasn't even approaching. Showicha's playing with an... Is this a disconnect?
No, I think we're just flailing at this point.
Is this just how Azrael's play?
DP with 5 COD, but the hit was not long enough for Showicha to get a real combo.
Okay. We're looking back in it.
Ruby combo, both seals on Showicha, but Showicha has 100 meter in the tank. Will he use it? The shoulder check! Not enough to kill.
Okay. DP probably intended to be before the 6C, not after it.
The DP whiffs, and you cannot RC it now. And Showicha is going to be losing his first round of the set.
This is so tragic.
Lots of dropped combos, but Ryder is still clawing back. Showing signs of life. Avoiding the DP once again, but no punish. And that is finally the disconnect that we've been waiting for.
Oh my. It's so crazy because as Azrael players, Azrael doesn't have the traditional movement. So trying to understand what exactly is going on. Is it a mind game? Are they trying to control some space? Oh?
Are we Yeah, it looks like right now we just got kicked out of spectating. I think.
Yeah. It says I'm connected, but I do not feel connected.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like a desync. I think it's definitely a desync.
Okay.
I'm seeing your screen. Your screen looks a lot more like a desync than my screen did. Let's just say.
Okay, I believe that.
Okay, it looks like both the players are still in the match, though. So I wonder if they're playing out for real or if it was just a spectator bug. Either way, we're going to be getting an answer from these players very soon. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead and take a look at that bracket that we've been talking about. You already pointed out a lot of the strongest players in the bracket. Excalibur Blaze is in here, Play Guy is in here, Fuzzama is in here, Mastfam I mentioned earlier. But we also have a lot of other strong players that are in this bracket as well and are moving forward. Mastfam already in winners quarterfinals, winners round 3, trying to qualify into top 8. Quetz right now is playing against Garenex. Excalibur Blades is still going strong. Fuzzama and Vendetta will be playing very soon, if not already. And Sodelic
Ooh.
moving on into winners round 2 as well. But we do have some interesting drops into losers as well. We got Sunidi losing to Mastfam, which is a bit unfortunate, but in reality, Mastfam has just been on a tear these past couple of years with Tager. And while
It's
Sunidi,
also possible they brought out the 9.
that is certainly possible as well.
They've recently been
right
playing
now.
a lot of characters, you know, perhaps trying to solve some of their matchup woes, or maybe just get better game knowledge. You know, Tager, Rachel sounds pretty abysmal. I don't know if 9 particularly likes that matchup either.
Well,
but
to
they
be
definitely
fair, nobody really likes Rachel, right? Like, you know, even if you're playing Carl, I don't think you like Rachel. Like is a strong word in this instance.
like is a strong word. I think.
But no, I like that you pointed that out because I was thinking Mastfam Tager. That's the connection you make. But in reality,
of course.
Mastfam plays a lot more characters than just Tager. Also plays the 9.
Bullet,
It's not. I don't know if it's like a
long-standing
recent
one.
pick, but I do know that Mastfam has been practicing the character more than he has before, and I think it's for the reasons that you've outlined already. That he's trying to solve those matchup woes because 9 fares into a lot of matches better than Tager would, which is pretty obvious.
All right, it looks like our players might have exited a match, and we have Ryder still in the lobby.
We're just waiting for an answer from the players. Okay, it looks like Showichi did, not Showichi, Showicha.
Showichi.
That's the pet name that someone probably has for him. Showicha did win that game there over Ryder, as Showicha will be moving on into winners quarterfinals to play against Mastfam, and Ryder sent down to loser side of the bracket. Not something I expected, though. Like I mentioned before, with all these strong players, it is something that is going to happen and will eventually happen later in the bracket as well. So,
You know, no bias Ragna fam, even though he wasn't on
Yep.
Ragna. It's okay. It's okay.
But we're going to be instead jumping over to the other winners round 2 match, and this will be between Dark Souls 2, otherwise known as Thunder, versus Aka, who is going to be playing Tsubaki. 2 characters here, Platinum versus Tsubaki, that you don't really see terribly often. Platinum, I'll say more than Tsubaki, but I do enjoy watching both these characters because they have a lot of really cool mechanics unique to them that I'm excited to see how both these players choose to use.
These guys are both, you know, pretty normal Johns when it comes to, you know, A, B, and C. But then they pack in a completely different play style, you know, and their potential on that drive button. So we're seeing, you know, some kind of almost, you know, Street Fighter-like, you know, generic, just try to run around, get a hit. But once we can open them up and get something going, we're seeing a lot of respect come out from both players, and a little bit too much respect on the down back there, getting caught by the overhead. If they were willing to mash, you know, they might have gotten out of it.
And you'll notice that Aka here is going for a lot of these 5Ds, JDs to get these partial charges, because if you're not going to go for these charges, you might as well not be playing that character, because once you get those charges, then you can use those powered up drive versions of your special moves, which allow for more plus frames, more active frames, or more combo potential, like we're seeing here, as Aka spends some of them to get a lot of damage.
Yep, completely negating the OD gauge from Dark Souls. And he's forced to CA to try to get something out of this round.
That was nasty.
Aka's showing a lot of strength right there. Dark Souls almost looked not comfortable at all. Which Tsubaki can be an unusual matchup to fare with all of her whiff cancelable normals. But he is playing Platinum the Trinity, her own bag full of mix-ups and gimmicks.
Bent that OD. Aka's not going to be having access to it for the rest of this round.
But he did get 2 stocks from it, which he's been able to leverage here. You know, getting a DP with a projectile Oki.
Oh, and finds the command grab. That command grab is so beneficial to Tsubaki because you basically get 2 free charges.
Yep. Which is a huge reward for a character like Tsubaki that needs those charges to convert into damage later. Equipping Miracle Gene right there. Getting the fan. You know, great for the ground combos in OD and outside of OD. But that requires being able to get the hit first. We'll see what Aka does on this Oki situation.
going for the empty low.
Yep. Classic, you know, just JD tap right there, cancel it out, fake out the jump.
First is spent, and the throw comes in. Aka's going for the install super, which basically gives Tsubaki unlimited drive to use, and spends it on the super for the KO. Aka was looking down in the trenches for most of that round, but bringing it back with one good conversion, one good read, and just overall really good awareness of how Dark Souls, or Thunder in this case, is playing the game. Because so far, Thunder has been jumping up into the air, quite often being airborne a lot of the times, and Aka's taking advantage of that.
He just reacted and said, you know, I know you're in the air, I know you're respecting, I might push a button. You cannot tap B and C at the same time as you tap A and B. Just completely abusing him. Maybe he's a familiar with how, you know, Dark Souls pushes his buttons, just simply has the knowledge. Or maybe he just has the confidence needed to make it work. You know, there's really two things you can do to be able to, like, enforce a position. And one of those things you can do is be right. And the other one is to have the confidence to just keep on pushing. And we see Aka right there, you know, pushing buttons, acknowledging, as long as I'm hitting you, I can't die.
That's true. On the wake up, immediately going for the 2-2D. Not going to work out, though.
Right there, the C-Mommy circular, get him straight out of there. A little bit of a discount blood scythe, but in some ways a better blood scythe because it's actually an overhead.
Cracks him open with the 6B once again.
You know, when we get in a CF grounded overhead tier list, both these characters are going to be in the top half of that.
Yeah, Tsubaki has access to more grounded overheads than the rest of the cast. I believe 2?
I think 2, yeah.
And then a lot of lows. So that grounded mix-up game can be quite oppressive if you're unsure of how to play against Tsubaki. The run under from Aka into the install super once again.
I think this can kill this time around. Oh, are they going to let him die?
The DC? Oh, we got the connection error.
What?
Oh, wait.
No, I still got the comms. Just you.
Oh, you got it. Okay, wait. Okay, I just got disconnected
watch my stream.
From the lobby.
Oh, no.
I was about to say. I was about to have a heart attack right there.
No, these players are still in and they're connecting hits all right. We have Platinum in the corner getting command grab. There'll be 2 stocks to Tsubaki. This game might be spiraling if he can't stop it somehow. And with
OD activation, not going to get a punish though. Here's the mix-up game coming in. Good awareness on that overhead and the cross-up. The stagger pressure coming in. This 5B being such a potent tool. Spending the drive special in order to get back in. That was smart.
Immediately going for the burst, recognizing, you know, the situation's not in his favor. But now with 3C, comboing off of the boxes. And just forcing out the counter assault to cool down the pressure. Ooh, that dash was dangerous. That dash might have chucked him straight into the box on the other side of the screen. Fortunately, it was just short enough not to matter. And that's another
air throw, and that should be it here. We don't have any burst remaining for Dark Souls.
I think that's going to be it.
Has plenty of drive juice to get that KO.
Chucking him straight into the 2-0 with so much energy coming out of Aka. Like, if you're Dark Souls 2 right there, there was a little bit of, you know, some soul searching almost needed to figure out where to go in the loser's bracket from here.
Yeah, no, a fantastic performance from Aka representing a lesser known character in the form of Tsubaki. And it's so unfortunate too, right? Because a few
so many
Tsubaki
people
players
start playing Tsubaki. You know?
Like, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but a few Tsubaki players do not play the character anymore. You may know who I'm referring to.
There is a lot of that with Tsubaki. You know, I was considering saying it earlier. You know, Aka has been a real loyalist to the character, in a way that a lot of, you know, former mains have not been. I'm sure they've had some thoughts about switching, since clearly that's one of the most popular things to do on that character. But hopefully not.
Yeah, I think there's something really special about being a character loyalist like that. Not only because you may get access to more knowledge checks to players who may be unaware, but you also are kind of treading a path with that character. So you are that you're the player that most players are going to be connecting with when they think of that character. Think Towedo with Bullet. How many other Bullet players can you think of? There's a few. I'm not downplaying all the other Bullet players, but Towedo being one of the strongest ones at that character and showing just how viable that character can be. Think Mastfam with Tager, or all of the Tager players really.
And like Mask's Bullet, not bad. Nothing wrong
either.
with it. But Towedo's the loyalist, like he's the guy playing Bullet since some small number. not to call him a grandpa or anything.
Yeah.
but
also think like DeMarcus Cousins, Bobby with this Elka. After that Evo performance, after that Frosty Falcons performance, I feel like 10 Celica players. No. I think I'm being a little too eager there. 5 Celica players on overnight. My local here, one of my locals who is playing S, switch to Celica.
Oh my, bless. Best.
I know Dunluck's nodding his head. Very, very happy about that. More people being recruited to playing Celica. I think that's a cool character, honestly, too. I do want to see more people playing that character and showing what she's all about, because she does have some really interesting mechanics tied to her with the healing, with the armor moves she has access to, and that really interesting auto combo, auto rooting design that she has access to as well.
Yeah, no, the drive strings that she has, sometimes you might be frustrated with them or consider them, simplifying the game, but I think that Celica as a character comes with more than enough sauce as is, and honestly, interacting with her drive, although the input itself is really basic, I don't think that makes the character disinteresting. The character has tons to offer.
And we got Fuzzama in the chat saying Towedo played Naruto against Monarch's Lambda, and yes, you would be right. Towedo does have a Naruto secondary pocket, whatever you want to call it, but honestly, I mean, compare his Naruto to his Bullet, and I feel like there's such a huge difference.
Honestly, yeah, it's a good call out by Fuzz. I was really like hoping for the Bullet, and I understand why you wouldn't play Bullet into Monarch, but
it's understandable, yes.
But
I'm angry about it.
Yeah, I don't have any hard feelings. True. Actually, I think he still took 2 games off of Monarch, although it might have just been 1. If Play Guy really was the first to get to 2 games. Nah, it wasn't 3 games. We were insanely hyped over every game that Play Guy took. Speaking of which, if you guys would like to watch some good BlazBlue while you're waiting for the rest of this bracket to happen, or after this bracket, if you go back in time to Wednesday, Monarch, well known, possibly GOAT of North American BlazBlue, at least currently. We had a kumite of him between him and a whole host of top players doing first to 5 sets. No spoilers. There's some really good sets in there. And, sometimes the best way to beat a guy who's insanely active on defense, always thinking, coming up with new stuff, amazing reactions, just locked in at 150%. Sometimes the way to beat him is to beat him. I couldn't, express exactly what was required to win against him, because I was honestly just being way too hype and not doing the most thinking myself, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
True, honestly, he did do a walk-up grab.
Yeah, I could really get into the specifics of the ways to beat Monarch, but now is not the time for it because Monarch's not in the bracket. Monarch has been kind of absent from a lot of these online tournaments as of late, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. It just really makes a guess. What is he cooking? What is he cooking? Because, he's going to be showing up to a major at some point. Frosty Falcons most likely to hopefully take another win home. I believe he's won, 2 Frosties already?
I think it's 2 in a row.
Third. Yeah, 2 in a row. Could be a third. 1 combo breaker, 1, oh man. He won CEO at one point as well. Texas
Think so,
Showdown
yeah.
at one point. He is going around all these tournaments collecting the Infinity Stones for BBCF. He really is the king. This is his era. This is his reign right now. But
Yeah.
there are plenty of contenders, like you may have seen in the Kumite, that are looking to take that crown away from him. And another player that is really notable in that as well is Excalibur Blades, who, if you look at his track record playing against Monarch in these online brackets, has kind of had a positive win record over Monarch, which is really, really interesting to see.
Excal, very powerful player, but two other players that both have some credentials into their name. One of them normally on Carl, but is currently on Bang.
You know, don't tell Sodelic I said this. You know, he's actually probably listening to the stream right now, but
I
don't
believe
tell
that.
Sodelic I said this. But you know, you got to clean up that Bang a little bit. Maybe play the Carl a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
What's crazy?
That's all I'm saying.
What's crazy here is, you know, I bet Fuzz has way more games against Bang than he has against Carl.
Yeah, you're probably right. There's not a lot of Carls that exist.
Like, I don't know how many matches he has against Kobe, but Kobe is not on screen. We have a white and red Bang skin, which I don't believe I've ever seen somebody pull out.
Nope, it does look clean though. Speaking of clean gameplay, Fuzzama is going to be showing us that exactly that with Hazama, just because he is that technical player that you expect.
Get into classic. Ooh! Actually, I believe that route was being demoed in the Hazama Discord like 2 days ago. It is a kind of fire route, not gonna lie. But it's a little bit too much for his hands at the moment. Oh, very awkward whiff by both players right there. We'll see if they can convert it into something.
Oh, found an air to air, but unfortunately was not able to fully convert. And I find this a really interesting matchup too, just because both characters want to be so airborne, but in terms of those airborne buttons, Bang is certainly stronger, and we have yet to really see much of that nail advantage being used in much to Sodelic's downfall, as Fuzzama is going to be taking that first round, though it came down to the wire.
There, I think the big difference maker was that the number of like hits that Sodelic just couldn't convert or converted into relatively poor damage, whereas Zama, every single hit, just boom, 3k. Like, keeping the hit count low, making sure they all count. Bang, you know, trying to show off some of his great mix-up potential, but Fuzzama making it look like it's all mids today.
Jump out.
The option here. Okay, gets the 2A starter, but can't go anywhere. 6A, you know, always confirmed TM into the Hodenshin. And right
he really
there,
does, though. Like, you may make a joke about it, but Fuzzama really does confirm those.
Yeah, no, the number of times that those are confirmed by Fuzzama compared to on any other Hazama player, like, just... Normally it's a fake confirm, but...
Yeah. Like, even, like, other strong Hazama players like Kairos can't quite do it as consistently as Fuzzama.
Yes.
Air throw, tossing Sodelic down to the ground, straight into the super. And actually, there's one interesting thing about that situation that Sodelic could have done, is actually you could burst. Which sounds really weird, but what that burst does is it avoids the super that would finish off the game.
Yep, I mean, there's two ways that he can go about it. You know, one, he can go for somewhat early burst, trying to hit Hazama. You know, during Jacko, where he's being thrown over his shoulder. Actually, at a lot of spots, you can actually hit Hazama if you have the timing right. Or alternatively, like you suggested, just burst the super. I don't know how minus he ends up being. However, he would have a chance to live.
Oh, and Sodelic switching to the Carl. Finally, we have the real top 6 EVO player stepping up to the stage.
True. And
no more of this Bang nonsense. Get back to the stronger character, the character you're more comfortable with. And look at that, immediately putting Fuzzama into the corner and guard breaking him into yet another combo.
And that looked like a little bit of an unblockable. One of those Carl classics.
Oh, yeah. And Carl is a character that punishes patience. Oh, no. Can I get another TC?
Now it's going to be rewarding patience, seeing what Carl can do to stay alive without a sister. But that combo is going to end with him getting the doll gauge back. Ooh. For some reason, opting for no combo, perhaps trying to keep it burst safe to guarantee the corner. Ooh, the cross up.
Has meter for the super. That's dead.
Oh, yeah. Especially NOD tacking on a little bit more damage and the health drain.
Okay, going into round number 2. Sodelic starting off with that fireball, and that's going to be giving just enough screen control to where you can knock Fuzzama out of that chain. Cracking him overhead, opening him up, sending him to the corner once again.
Looking at the damage, I think the overhead actually wasn't what hit Fuzz there. That proration seemed way too good. He got caught by the mid, the Fuoco. And that's just the round.
Yeah, there we go. Just completely running away with it. Playing that single-player game. Throwing away that lock and key because Fuzzama was basically just jailed in that corner the moment he stepped foot in it.
Ooh, this is an interesting route. He used the collision box while chaining forwards to push him towards the corner.
Good block so far. Good escape from Sodelic.
Yep.
And here we got Fuzzama doing damage to the doll, bullying it, while Sodelic cannot do anything to defend it. Smart play, just trying to drain that gauge little by little.
Ooh,
finds the anti-air,
this is gonna hurt.
confirms his own tension. No,
no, he's
can't be
keeping it
enough
burst
kill.
safe. He put all of his stones into keeping that burst safe to deny Sodelic the option, such that possibly this next hit can just be the kill.
Hopefully, Fuzzama is looking for exactly that right now. One good hit like that, multiple 2A chain, and now that burst has been spent from Sodelic, but Sodelic is going to be opening up Fuzzama one more time as well.
Faking it out.
Use the meter, out of doll gauge, Fuzzama's out of the corner.
Uh-oh. This is dangerous for Sodelic. They could be finding themselves 0-2. Oh.
OD first, 70 meter, pops the OD, and runs up into the 2A. That's going to be the win for Fuzzama.
Sending Sodelic down into the loser side of the bracket. That's a 2-0 for Fuzzama. Wow.
Really, really close games. A lot closer than, honestly, I even expected.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that bang. It looked like it was in Sodelic's hand with the Carl. There was that perfect round by him.
Yeah, and I think... And yeah, the reason why Sodelic really did choose that bang, and I kind of talked about it while that match was going, where Bang and Hazama both want to be airborne, but Bang has a lot of control when it comes to those nails as projectiles that stay on the screen and fill so much of the screen, and also better air normals as well. So Bang honestly fares really, really well into the Hazama matchup, because what you notice when it comes to a lot of characters that play into that matchup is that you're jumping up into the air and kind of walling him with air normals like JA. And especially, like, watch Ragna play against Hazama. JA's up in the air trying to preemptively stuff him. Think Susanoo does the same thing. And that's the similar idea, and Bang has an even better JA than both of those characters. So that's the game plan. But like I talked about, Sodelic, I feel like, is much stronger when it comes to Carl, because we saw him play that Carl, play a lot more consistent. And also, when he's playing... like, when he gets into an advantageous state, he basically just run away with the game with it.
The, like, big difference maker that we were, supposed to be seeing on Carl was those unblockables, those mix options. However, aside from the ones that just physically weren't possible to block, honestly, Fuzz was blocking basically all of them. Like, and if you needed an unblockable, to be your can opener, that's going to make the game really hard to win.
And the thing is, Carl's not exactly an unknown character to Fuzzama, because there are Carl players that exist. Maddie is a character that I'm sure Fuzzama has had practice against, and of course, play against the best of the best, Excalibur Blaze. I'm sure Fuzzama has played a lot against Excal before, and that gives him a lot of Carl experience from that top player piloting the characters. So it's not an unknown character to him, and of course he's able to block and expect the mix-ups that character would want to go for.
Yes. And I think we are trying to line up our next stream match. This one's going to be coming from losers, I believe. We've had a little bit of a mix-up.
Seems like it. It looks like Ketz and Llie were in the room, but were absent, AFK. So I assume they got kicked, and we're just going to go drop down to losers for our next match between Spritecranberry and Dark Souls 2. Two players that we've already seen on stream.
Yep, not in this matchup. However, they both had screen time already. We'll see what they can do. Now they're in the loser side of the bracket. Perhaps they have a little bit of a different energy with them going into this.
Miyazaki, bad game. Oh dear. I thought he was using Dark Souls 2 because it was a good game.
You'd think. He uses Dark Souls 2 so you can talk about it. He's looking out for all the commentators worldwide, not sure what to say. You can always say, but Dark Souls 2 sucks. Then why'd he win the game?
The hip check coming in, getting a nice confirm, starting things off with Spritecranberry representing the DP immediately, getting out of that situation. Overhead, applying the high weak point, and Sprite, it's going to be controlling the mid screen right now.
Oh, right there, ODing through the first thing that looked like it might be a mix-up coming in. Doesn't get the full conversion there, but I don't think he needs it if he can figure out a way to continue to win neutral, which he is not.
Active flow has been granted to Spritecranberry, going to be getting a lot of meter from this.
Interesting that blue beaded. I would have thought that was true. Okay, but with 2 weak points on, and the burst out, he doesn't quite have the meter he needs yet.
That was a smart decision from Dark Souls 2. Using that super, maybe not intentionally as a pause button, but using it as a pause button to react to Sprite. Saw that Gustav come out, immediately popped the OD, and is like, okay, I'm just going to get a free punch in this situation.
Yeah. Right there. Excellent gameplay coming out by Thunder. We'll see what he can bring into this next round with his slight burst deficit.
Backing up, trying to go for a dive kick, but Dark Souls 2 meeting up in the air.
That is an alternative to challenging it directly with an anti-air to do an up-back aerial, reaching out as far as he can with that JC. Okay,
blocks,
connect.
but unfortunately did not block the hip check. It's going to be hitting overhead.
It's difficult. The farther away Platinum is, the easier it is to react, but the more plus it is. So up close, you know, you can say, well, she's not going to get a combo, I don't need to block high, but now she's far away, so now you do need to block the overhead. It's a little bit of a mind game.
Sending out more of those frisbees, trying to control the screen. Keep Sprite from going for those easy approaches, and Sprite getting a little impatient, approaches from the air to try and go for a dive kick instead, and that's not going to work out. Dark Souls 2 was ready for that anti-air.
Yeah, right there, Sprite just looked mentally jailed, stuck on the other side of the screen, not sure what to do to get close to Platinum.
Yeah, those frisbees, those bubbles, all proving to be difficult things for Sprite to work around when he's trying to play that grounded approaching game, because that's where Azrael is strongest at when it comes to moves like Gustav or 5C that we've been seeing Sprite hammer so much in this matchup and in previous matchups as well.
He was allowed to just hit him with the what amounts to Oki on his own forward dash. Sprite not ready to push a button, getting caught by the bubble. And now that's half his life bar and corner Oki given over to Dark Souls.
That is an insane amount of damage to start us off. And Sprite actually going to be spending the OD to try and get out of the corner. A very interesting decision. Let's hope it pays off.
Oh, look at this routing. Oh, a little bit too much gas on the 6th. Is that a punish? It is, but they weren't confident in it.
Almost. Didn't get the right punish, though.
Yep. Leverage Platinum's feature in overdrive with the magical bat. Super magical bat.
Yeah, right now, Sprite really needs to be respecting that OD. Because so far, every single time Dark Souls 2 has been baiting out those those high recovery moves with that OD and punishing it effectively.
Yeah, where overdrive's been available for either player, you know, sometimes very tempting to use the burst, but to get that offensive, you know, leverage, you just can't spend a burst on the defensive burst. Oh, so unfortunate the spacing there. Got barriered out before he got the overhead, was too far to convert it. Okay. That's a
The low
weak point.
Got the pick up off the ground from the roll.
I think
Should
this
be
is a
enough
kill.
into Blackhawk Stinger for an easy finish.
Mm-hmm. Yep, DS2 not going for the burst. Doesn't need it. Knows there's one more round in this game.
One more round. And like you mentioned, you don't always need to be spending that burst. And sometimes using that offensive OD is so much more valuable. I think that's exactly what Dark Souls 2 is waiting to save it for.
Oh, and what gas do we see?
In Dark Souls 2's face, trying to use it as a pause button and react to what Dark Souls does, but Dark Souls not biting, and instead is going to be running down that timer from Sprite, and now Sprite is stuck without a burst or OD for the rest of this round.
Mm-hmm. Sprite used up all their courage to push the OD and then wasn't ready to EA to try to challenge what Dark Souls was doing. But now that they've lost the resource, it looks like they've gained some courage, saying they know it's now or never.
The pan is still active, and the OD once again.
Oh no, they delayed too much.
The drop! An unfortunate drop in that moment that could have been death or near death. Dark Souls 2 needs to claw things back here.
Okay.
Right, needs to claw things back here on low life.
But they have burst, they have burst. Ooh, and that's a drop. They might have expected there to be a burst. They were trying to bait it.
Play safe, setting up those traps, setting up those rockets, waiting for Sprite to get hit by one of these. Sprite spending that burst, and now without any burst, takes the purple throw. Dark Souls 2 getting anxious. Blocks the Gustav.
They have the bat. Okay, they're getting rid of the bat. They don't need the bat. They don't need the cat hammer. What item does Dark Souls want? I don't know if they're going to get a chance. Okay, they get the equip. They get released up high in the air by Sprite. That must have been a mistake. And now they're trying to slow down this game.
Oh, and there it is. Finally, the hammer from the other side of the screen. Going to be donking. Going to be donking Spritecranberry on the head as he tries to approach for the air yet again.
Yep. As much as, Dark Souls was trying to, stall it out, like, that put the game in Sprite's corner. Sprite was going to be the one to end that game, win or lose. And right there, he got caught, trying to get in. So he got caught. He died for it. But nothing that Dark Souls was doing right there at the end was actually trying to end the game. It was just stall. Like, there's 20 seconds on the clock. We can get through this. But Sprite forced his hand a little bit too hard and got caught trying to get in.
And that's going to be the last we see of Spritecranberry for the rest of this bracket, because that was a loser's side match. So congratulations to Dark Souls for keeping their bracket life alive, but they will have to play against Showicha later on. So we're going to be seeing what comes of that once top 8 starts. And speaking of trying to start top 8, while we're not there yet, this is the final winner side match to qualify into winner side top 8. And this is going to be between the two players we've talked about already, Llie and
Llie.
Lord. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But Llie would make sense.
It does look like it. Like Llie, Llie.
Well, it's interesting is, the way that we misspell things in English, it works out kind of like in Japanese, where a word can sound the same and have 8 different meanings. Whereas here it's spelled the same and has 8 different readings. But we're going to be seeing Quetzalgoatl versus Lord's ally. Whoever is going to be coming into gas, they got it on the training mode stage. For everybody, still needs to do their times tables. The routing there going for 6C, 22C. I wonder if that was a reset attempt, or perhaps they just wanted the 22C dash cancel Superior Oki, giving Ragna that safe jump that is not needed against DP-less Susan. They went for the TK gauntlet. They're going for some fancy combos here. I don't know if they need all of that when they're this far up in the game.
It doesn't look like, and Ket's spending the burst on their last legs without any special moves unlocked. That was a very
decision.
Big gamble.
Yes, but he did have a full stick of butter to work with. Okay. Are we going to see a reversal of fortune here by Ketz, or is he needing to go back to character select one more time before he's ready? All right. This is the counter hit we were looking for.
Let's go for an overhead, but the barrier is spacing him out too much.
Yeah, Ketz just doesn't have enough seals to make big things happen. Lord's Ally showing he knows he doesn't have enough hit stun to do the normal 5B conversion. Goes for a 5A. And this might be a kill. Oh no, he didn't get the dash.
So just going for the 2A into the OD, into the EA. Easy combo.
Yeah, keeping it simple, using all of the resources. Oh, is it Lord Sally? It might be Lord Sally. I don't think that's a desync.
It seemed like one. But at the end, I was like, okay, no, this is a real game. The first round looked like a desync, though, just because of all those JVs that
True.
Ketz was going for.
Yeah, Ice Cool Ketz is possibly trolling with the IED JC on loop.
Oh, JC, there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, my guys. I use
kick.
BB tag notation. My bad.
Nah, BB Tag my goat. We love Susan Air Dash Oki. But he has no assist to call here to get him out of this situation, which is a huge factor to deal with as Susan. You know, being stuck on 0 stocks. Really hard here. Lord Sally, maybe? Lord's Ally, either or. Really?
Ketz is just pressing every single moment.
What is going on?
Are we mashing? Ketz, what's going on?
I'm hearing suggestions that...
Block or wake up.
Okay. Goes for the basic combo into the Hellsfang Ender. Alright. Where is... You know... Like...
Block or wake up, Ketz. No.
The 4 button on your stick. Alright, but I mean...
Dude,
our Ragna player is...
JCs on wake up are crazy.
What is going on? Loki.
GG's.
What is going on here?
Lord Sally, good job. GG's. Dear. Yeah, that happened.
Wow.
Anyways, Lord Sally has now punched their ticket into winners semi-finals. Got the 100% discount there.
Yeah. But, you know, I say it only matters if you win or lose. You know, it doesn't matter what you do during the set if you win.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, unfortunately. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, something seems wrong here. It looks like Excal did DQ.
Yes. Excal DQ'd, and that's why Ketz most likely was not facing against Excalibur. Perhaps
Gotcha.
Lord Sally had the guts needed to push Excal into losers. Unfortunately, they did not get the chance to do so.
Yeah, I was looking. I had a slight pause after I said that because sometimes Excal does DQ winner side and does a huge losers run to win the tournament. But no, he really did just DQ both of those rounds. So unfortunate to not see Excal, but we still have plenty of Carl to see later on. Sodelic is still in the bracket. Currently waiting on the winner between Garanex and Sheldon Senpai. That's going to be either a Terumi or Hazama. So that should be fun.
From either of them, honestly.
Yeah, true. Sheldon could be playing Hazama, but I feel like he plays Terumi more often.
I feel so as well.
He sometimes plays. He plays all the snakes. He's a bit of a he's a bit of a troll when it comes to playing the game. He's very evil.
Yeah, but there's many mindsets to take towards it. You know, who do you want to play? How do you want to play? There's so many ways to take it. But we are about to see Fuzzama versus Aka.
All right, Aka coming back in with the Tsubaki. And this is going to be the first round of winner's side top 8 here. Look forward to it. We are in the home stretch. Well, not exactly the home stretch. It's more like the halfway point of the tournament so far. So hopefully y'all have been enjoying the show tonight. Enjoying some BlazBlue. Like I said, this is the last... We're in the last 3 weeks of this month, of this year. So let's end this off strong.
We are on December 14th. There's barely any time left in this year. But we do have time enough for this bracket. I think I might know who this Lord Sally person is.
All right, lay it on me.
We'll let this game play out first.
Okay. Going for the charge up there into the OD. Oh, but that OD timer will be running down. And now Fuzzama can just run away with these combos in the corner.
This is goated. This is goated. I'm a huge fan of this. We are going to see some amazing games coming up. All right. Can Aka get back into this game? They just ran out of the active flow, so this is going to have to be in a 100% organic victory here. No GMOs. Why did they get back into active flow? What just happened?
They have the plot armor, but
It's
not enough to armor through that overhead 6A.
All right. Oh, that TP is very unfortunate. Fuzz getting the confirm with all the micro dashes necessary. What an unfortunate drop right as I start saying they're good.
Having to respect those chains from far away. Fuzzama going for these quick approaches, try and play as aggressive as possible against Aka, because the moment you give Tsubaki enough space, she's just going to charge up all of those stocks. And you do not want Tsubaki to do that.
Every stock that you can deny a Tsubaki player, the better. And sometimes, the only way you can really do that is by staying on top of her, not letting her, get those micro charges during pressure. Okay.
Working on perfect. Ooh,
very nice block.
The overhead lands. We got full combo because of the drive enhance.
Right here, we're going to be looking at a good corner situation. Respectful backdash into nothing. And as soon as they overdrive, it gets called out a fair bit.
Try to go for the install super, but couldn't respond quickly enough afterwards.
Perhaps the bananas might have been a better move.
Yeah, maybe. You might be right, honestly. Though, actually, are you? I don't know. It feels like there's a little too much recovery where I think we could have interrupted it. No.
Oh, actually, maybe. I don't think so.
It's hard to say, especially from that angle, because the bananas start from above Tsubaki, right? So
I don't know if they're active while they're still charging, though. They might not become active until they start moving.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a pause.
True.
Anyways, going to game 2. Fuzzama taking the first one.
Deeply classic track right here. Is this Conciliation on in the background?
No, this
maybe.
is Tsubaki, is it?
Oh, actually might be Tsubaki's theme. I'll be real with you. I don't know a lot of the tracks. But I know... Yeah.
I know, because I like this thing.
I can't believe that 60 hit. Condemnation Wings 2. There you go.
Yeah. I used to play this character, so I had to go into the training room with that theme.
Okay. No, that's good. The Nightmare Fiction always was my training mode classic choice. What are we going to be seeing?
Man, Fuzzama on a roll. That health bar stays blue.
Oh, yeah. And
yep.
That was an insane duck underneath the DP. That was not involved. That was just low profile.
Yeah, that stance is just really good against most DP characters, just because it can avoid so many of those DPs, especially when Tsubaki does not reach very far horizontally.
Sometimes one thing that Hazamas might need to do to actually avoid a DP is to delay it a little bit. So that way, if the invul's not working, they can just use the low profile, get underneath the DP, the classic rising motion. Because those stance follow-ups actually have really generous hitboxes on them. So I'm showing up the B route on the chain. That 5C and 2C looked really scary. It's like, what is this gap? Why is he, doing stagger pressure on Hazama? Then I realized Aka has no OD.
That OD is coming back, though, but Fuzzama can pop OD of his own to lock out the burst into the EA. Is it enough to kill?
Not quite. but it is one more touch for Fuzzama. Oh, and that DP was ill-advised against the B chain follow-up. I wonder if that was visible during the OD freeze. I don't think it was.
Yeah, that went by super, super quick. But it just goes to show that it's really, really hard to DP against Hazama in general. And, you know, there's some characters that have it better than others. You know, one comes to mind is probably like Susanoo, just because his is so big, so active.
And it hits on both sides and everywhere.
Hits on both sides. But Tsubaki's unfortunately does not quite have that privilege.
It is, you know, slightly narrow. It is not the widest move, and it goes very vertical, which can let Hazama back off and come back in at will.
All right, lay it on me. Who is this? Who is this Ragna?
This Ragna, let's just say he's him.
He's him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, they're just a Ragna player.
I see. I feel stupid because I still don't get it. But you know what? We're just going to enjoy Ragna regardless. You know, I'll probably find out later and be like, "Oh, right. Facepalm."
No, this guy's an OG. He's not that old.
Anyways,
but
Ragna versus Tager. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. This is we're going to be seeing some gameplay out of them. Actually, the IADDP that they did earlier is incredibly in character. Now that I know who this is, I'm watching actually what's peak Ragna gameplay. All of this is intentional, by the way, including that death spike there. They got almost 4K off this route. Why did they do literally nothing on wake up? They didn't need to do anything, actually, because they can just DP later. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes you think you know how to play the game, and then you just see that he did a Hell's Fang that if it was blocked, he would have had less than 50 meters. But Mast wasn't ready to block it. He wanted to push. So then he just got killed.
TRM?
Yeah, this is actually...
Oh, no, dropped the combo.
I'm not going to say that it's appropriate for Lord Sally to replace Xcal as our 1 seed effectively. However, look at that gameplay right there. Does nothing, reacts to the backdash with a 5B, preemptive OD, confirms it with a 6A counter hit. This Ragna is not Luigi, however. Yeah, Kobe, I think you have to play along like you don't know who this is. Oh my gosh, he got clipped. Mast might have his number. Mast might know what's up.
I'm trying to avoid the command grab, and that is going to be the round. Oh man, I'm still trying to find out. I'm like, you smashed my focus.
Nah. If you know, you know. Oh yeah. By the way, you know, one way you can actually find out who this Ragna player is if you go to the Matcherino and click some codes. It'll actually tell you right there after you click the codes. Click your codes, claim your Matcherino. If you'd like to, you know, be so kind as to donate, perhaps to Lord Sally, perhaps to Mastfam, then the Matcherino has everything you need. Much like Ragna actually has Gauntlet, Hades, and Overhead. Much like how your credit card will feel like it got hit with an overhead if you donate to the codes.
Okay, this is a good start once again for Sally. Coming Mastfam in the corner. Mastfam really has had no time to breathe, and that oxygen is continuing to be siphoned out from him. Lord Sally with 100 meter here.
This is going to be a Ragna perfect, is it?
Plenty to get a kill.
Oh my gosh. He just goes for dash 2B.
Okay. Hiccup once again.
He's so on fire right now.
And Mastfam's waking up.
Ooh, there's some proposals in chat that Mass should switch to 9. Now, for those of you who don't know, certain Ragna players think that Ragna actually has an even matchup versus 9. Mash should stay on Tager. Ooh, okay. I mean, with a conversion like that, I think Tager looks pretty viable.
Oh. All right, hold on. We're going to be doing some damage. Wait. Gadget Finger RC. Time scan.
No, not quite.
Nope.
Not quite.
Instead, we're just going to go for the air throw.
Oh my gosh, they both RC immediately. This doesn't kill though.
Kill though.
5A
okay,
will do
5A.
it.
Right.
Okay.
Staying alive.
Nah, Mass knows this game's not over. He's not going to lose 2-0. He's going to lose 2-1. We'll see if he
2-0,
can
but it was close.
But it was close, though.
Yeah, 2-0, but it was close.
See, one thing that's crazy is that you actually can't Astral someone unless the game was remotely close.
No, that's over now.
No, he got the drop. Oh my gosh.
No, that was a burst bait attempt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, then he doubled down on the burst bait. I don't know if he actually needed the RC for that.
Dang.
5B.
Well, Mash just got rolled into, rolled up, tossed into the pot.
Yeah.
Alive.
AJ Blue's a little correction. That super cannot be 6D'd on reaction. 6D's throw invol frames are on like frame 15, and it's not actually throw invol. He's in the air, so please do not try to 6D Tager's super. Don't do that.
It's more like the Tager shouldn't be command grabbing 6D.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that you 6D the command grab.
Yeah, if you 6D media, it's fine. But you actually want to delay it a little bit so you can get the airborne frames all the way through. The active frames that Tager would have for, wake up command grab. I don't remember when he lands, though. Technical commentary, so good when you don't remember the frames yourself.
You get the idea, though. You get the picture.
Hey, Sodelic, what if you picked like the character you're good at rather than Bang?
He did. What are you talking about?
True. He did for the one game.
Yeah, he played bottom 1, Carl himself.
True. Carl is bottom 1, and you know that he is bottom 1 because if you look very carefully, he needs to bring his sister to the fight.
That's true. He's cheating.
Like, it's get him banned. Send his ass to the BB tag. You want to play with your sister? Go BB tag. Actually,
okay.
What you gotta do.
You did not word that right.
Let's
roll that back. Let's roll that back.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking. I realized the real game to play with your sister would be 2xKO, because you actually could play.
Anyways, here we are getting into the game between Sodelic versus Playguy Sodelic. Switching back to the Bang versus Playguys Ragna. Let's see how this rolls.
Okay.
A lot of those poison nails, and you can see that Sodelic really favors those poison nails every single other projectile. While they can be useful, it's only a single nail that Playguy has to worry about.
Yep, and he's already spent 4 of them, so we'll see what can he do with the remaining 2/3 of his nail inventory. But that's a grab, showing no attempt to attack there, or at least none of the UI. Okay, yep. No meter needs to be spent there. That was an A starter. Wasn't going to do the most damage. Playguy Classic confirming that JA. And he gets a kill here. Wow.
That was a counter hit as well. And I think that wasn't even Sodelic pressing a button. I think that was just him trying to air dash out. And the thing about that, 8-way air dash that he unlocks is that it is counter hit.
Yep, it gives him all the movement in the world he could ever ask for, but he can't block. He can't this, he can't that. You get only one option, which is a pretty good option. However, now he's about to be in corner. Oh, and the card point got smoked. All right. Oh, right there with the 2B catching the roll. One of its main purposes, actually. can't quite kill yet, but he really doesn't need to worry about it too much at a full life bar compared to Sodelic's out 600 health.
This combo is going to be unlocking all 4 seals for Bang. This is going to be increasing his damage, which is the most notable part, and also unlock some special things, especially in OD. But unfortunately, Sodelic won't be able to represent them, as Play Guy is going to be taking him out without even giving Sodelic a chance to use that burst in the end.
Yeah. Saves it for the next game. We'll see what was the decision here. Perhaps he just is mentally cool. Yeah. Burst onto the better character. Please. Do not hover terror me.
Aka?
Oh, dude. Actually, if we saw a Aka, that'd be kind of hype.
That would be kind of hype, not gonna lie.
I don't know if you how recently you fought a Tau.
No, I can't say I have.
Like,
I can't say I've watched a Tau recently.
Like, when you fight a Tau, like, you have to, like, mentally reset and then be like, yep.
The only Tau players I can name off the top of my head are Sea Hill and Witch Hazel.
We got Cryo, Ryukasim secondary.
Oh, right.
There are multiple humans who test the character.
The list is pretty short.
There was some dude who was really goated at Tau that I ran into at Anime Central. But he said that he stopped playing like 5 years ago.
We'll get him back in. They always
we'll get him back. We'll get him back. I mean, he made it to CF. Which, speaking of characters that made it to CF, Carl made it to CF. Unfortunately.
And Ragna did as well, and Play Guy is going to be playing this character to the end of time. Look at this lead that he's built up against Sodelic. Are we getting the discount perfect?
It'll do. Right there, I think Carl went for the Vivace. Whichever one is not head invol. I don't know if it's A or B. But Ragna 60, actually a really fun button. One of my favorite buttons to push.
For the cross up. Sodelic, blocking it.
Unfortunate, did not get the reaction to convert into something nicer than a 5D. But he is playing this game, this guy is. Okay.
Nice conversion. Dog going to be bringing him back all the way back. Back to him. My bad.
Yep. And that doll gauge is actually really healthy. Has not been low this whole set. Ooh. With just the raw solo overhead. Not really much doll action needed to cover up for it. Honestly, I feel like Carl's overhead's a little underrated, honestly.
You think?
Yeah. Because it hits, it kind of looks like Ragna 2D, which is, a low.
Yeah, you're right. They should buff it.
I retract my statement.
You're right. They've got to be working on the next BlazBlue game, BlazBlue Strive.
True. They are working on BlazBlue, Cool Strive. They're doing BBCS again. And these characters, however, they are also patiently observing Arxis developing the new game. Not playing by themselves anymore. Okay.
Doll playing a bit of monkey in the middle there.
Mm-hmm. One could say, actually, that there's proper Carl gameplay coming out.
Maybe, but not if we drop like that and kind of fumble around on the Oki situation.
Oh, okay, here we go. Counter hit JC on a jumping Carl. The burst negates it all.
Oh, that's a big wall set up by the doll.
Oh, being able to RC off of the doll despite Carl avoiding the whole thing. But no,
and the air throw as well into the burst bait. Nothing Play Guy could have done in that situation. That is the game going to Sodelic. And look at that.
Octopus, I agree. Every time I see Carl regen all of his doll gauge because I hit him once, that's a frustrating one. I think they should remove doll's regen for while Carl's in hit stun.
When I hear someone getting mad and punching their wall, I think of that one Armada clip from Smash.
Yeah.
You go boom. I'm like, oh, okay.
So I see. Okay, there we are. Counter hit JC. Excellent button by Ragna. Not as much hit stun as some other air buttons have on counter hit, but it's more than enough if they're below, I don't know, like twice Ragna's height to convert it into a 5B. And that Vivace was not invol enough. Ooh. gets caught trying to jump out, it looked like. Or maybe he was trying to stand block barrier, but got an up back barrier instead.
Good patience from Sodelic. Burst from Play Guy, though. Into the overhead, opening him up.
We're seeing a little bit of reward. Oh, wow. Flexing both of Ragna's overheads. You know, he's trying to get in there. And by the way, Sodelic repping the Matcherino colors. You know, the colors of Matcherino are red and I think actually black, but
Yeah,
don't worry about that. Anyway, you can support the Matcherino, which might go to one of these characters. Or
yeah, we're basing it on the players, on the characters, not the players.
True. It matters more to me that Ragna gets money. I support all Ragnas.
True Ice Cool. Sorry, I did mention that. My bad. Sorry.
Nah. Look, we all have 9 to 5s, except for Carl. This character has never been employed.
And that's going to be final game, final round.
True. This is now a first to 1/2. Oh, okay. Throwing out the 4D, I believe. Armored, frustrating, annoying. Only thing that's nice about it as an opponent is that it's only one hit.
True.
But aside from that, like low-key everything that you could ask for out of an assist.
It's got the 7 original sins tied up into the single move.
Only 6 out of the 7 though, you know, so you know it's fair.
Oh, right. It's missing I don't know what's missing. We're not gonna find out because right now Sodelic is trying to take it over Play Guy. Play Guy on
Play Guy is
red
down to
life. He has to take an entire health bar away from Sodelic in order to win it without throw counter, without any burst on the table. Sodelic he's trying to go for a cheeky reset to try and run it into the ground for Play Guy, and now Play Guy has another chance at living and trying to take things back.
Negative warning. Oh no, he was a little bit too aggressive. He could have just waited it out.
Sodelic is looking for it.
Dangerous defense.
Funny. What's going to happen?
Play Guy knows he only has 30 seconds on the clock, but it doesn't matter if he gets in if he dies for it. And there's the dangerous defense. No, this is a terrible spot to be. No meter. Oh, but he'll DP anyway. I don't care. I'm in danger state.
No barrier left for Play Guy, but that danger state isn't going to matter because he's going just one hit away from death. The backdash from Sodelic getting out of that situation, getting hit, opened up. Sodelic should not have tried to go for the combo. He should not have tried to go for the funny. Play Guy is coming for you in the throw in return.
Okay. Now he has OD, so he can do this. OD. Yep, there we go.
OD activation. Full 8 seconds. Sodelic also activating the OD, blocks the EA, no punish, and the fireball from behind punishes the DP from Play Guy, and that is going to be the set as Sodelic with a 2-1 moves up through the bracket. A YOLO
that was
DP,
insane.
And truly, you only live once.
Oh my gosh, that was such a climax for that game.
Dude. Yeah, no, I mean...
What a guy.
What a guy. He certainly was playing a game.
Please select your character.
Now, if you think... If that performance there impressed you from Play Guy's Ragna, go back and watch him versus Monarch on Wednesday. That was a very different Play Guy performance.
Very different. In what way?
Yes.
Watch it for yourself on
Watch
NOL
it for yourself
channel.
on the NOL channel. You'll see some good decision making. Or maybe Monarch played bad. I don't know. But we are seeing Showicha determined to stay on the Azrael, to the confusion of myself and some others. This seems like a little bit of a masochistic decision. But I admit I am not particularly versed in Azrael's matchups. Perhaps there is some sauce I don't know about.
Or Showicha is trying to go as far as he can with the Azrael. You never really know.
That is entirely possible. Trying to, skill check his own character. See, am I good at this game?
And so far, Showicha has proved that. Being a lot of really strong players on their way to the top here into top 8. How long is Showicha going to last? We are in loser side top 8, so one or more loss is going to seal your fate. And Octopus is going to be taking that round with a pretty strong performance. But so far, I do want to point out that Showicha has been representing a pretty nice defense against 9 regardless. Especially blocking all these rocks. That is the that's kind of the matchup check. If you don't know how to consistently block rock, you lose.
Yeah, if you're not ready for rock, 9's most commonly used special, honestly, or drive, after maybe the fairy, then you're just not ready for anything else that she has in her bag of tricks. Like, that's the level 1 9 that you got to be ready for. Right there.
You can't block 9, but you can't block rock all the time.
Perhaps that was supposed to be a DP, or maybe he went for a reflect. Trying, just tap out, quick button.
Oh man, that fairy attacking from all sides and eventually catching Showicha from above.
Oh no!
Attempted to go for the super, but unfortunately it will whiff for Octopus. Setting up the Morganite, rock coming out yet again. Showicha walking back, blocking it all. Now Octopus, in order to get more of these spells, has to find some hits. God Hand attempt. Is Showicha trying to approach after the God Hand gets caught out by one of Octopus's larger buttons as he tries to go for that Gustav.
This matchup seems really dependent on can he get in with Gustav. I don't know what other tools Azrael really has. Perhaps the 214C can be leveraged for its little bit of armor, but like this is looking very difficult. Oh, true. True, that is a very, very relevant win Kobe had over Monarch. Not quite recently right now.
You're not supposed to spoil it.
Oh, true.
They're supposed to watch. You're supposed to get the viewer numbers up.
True. You do need to watch.
You don't know content. You don't know content, man.
I'm fumbling. I'm throwing for content of my own, but not for their content. And like he just teabagged there, perhaps there was some throwing of their own going on. Or maybe they just knew a little disrespect into a super that they are going to use the super. Yeah. I was very concerned there wasn't going to be a weak point when that 3D came in. But they're up a set. They're up a round. Up, down a game. Let's see what they can do in this next game. Oh, they caught the spell. So Azrael has one projectile of his own that he can fire. Okay.
Strong projectile. A very strong projectile as well. It's just a matter of time until Showicha does represent that, or if he represents it at all. Because right now, as long as Octopus stays in the corner, he's not going to have to worry about it. Fatal counter 5C, but doesn't confirm. Instead, opening up the overhead, using the weak point, can't burst because we're in OD state. And Showicha with a perfect claws things back.
Maybe this matchup is better than I thought. Maybe Showicha is just on fire right now. Like, I'm willing to change my mind. I think I'm being convinced a little bit that this might be good.
He's really utilizing the flame of corruption, one can say.
True. He's saying, I think I can. Hino Kagatsu, that's a big fire. However, immediate burst coming out saying, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I'm 9 the Phantom. I don't deal with disadvantage state. Oh, a fatal on the God Hand. Oh, and the Canadian burst is not the way to go. This is going to hurt. Perhaps
Zane is going to be locking him down, and actually was maybe in block stun, so didn't get opened up by that. But either way,
I think there was just no gaps. Showicha back in the game though.
Gustav counter hit.
Okay.
Oh, and that's going to be a huge hit for Octopus. Super available. Going to be spending it.
All right. Laser super, unlike the kick super, basically infinite range. Cannot get whiffed by being too far away. Okay. Yep, with the classic 9 routing, get the Taofiite, or the fairy. But one thing that, is required for the fairy to work is to not get hit. That's an
Overhead
overhead.
connection.
All
Oh,
right.
but unfortunately dropped the combo midway through. Octopus finding an opportunity to get out of that situation, but left a very small gap in the middle of their pressure or their combo. Either way,
Oh,
Showicha
not
opening
quite
up with
fast.
super and approaching from the goose top from the far.
It'll work. It'll work.
Rebel 3. Action.
What is the way forwards here? Let's see. What can they do? They've both shown off pretty convincing games earlier, but now they are 1-1 in this game. And it might be Showicha just not getting lucky enough early on to make... Oh, that DP calling out at just the right angle to catch 9.
Yeah, the one time that DP's angle is actually beneficial for this character.
All right, all right.
Easy in and out. Backing up, going for these JCs, trying to play safe. Smart DP from Octopus. Very slow DP, but if it gets blocked, it's safe. And if it gets hit, well, that's also really good for Octopus.
Both of these characters with infamously slow DPs. But right now, they've slowed down this neutral to a near total halt. They've both recognized that 1 or 2 hits, you know, even if it's just a stray touch, would be enough to turn the timer in their favor. Even though there's 50
Speaking of a
volts.
stray touch, Octopus did find it, and that's not going to be just a stray touch, because now Octopus has set up that Oki from it. Very good block from Showicha, blocking it. Oh, and tries to go for the DP, but Octopus going for an early anti-air, catching it on the fall down, and that is going to be the game going to Octopus with the set.
Yeah, Octopus there appropriately equipping the skull right in front of them so they can automatically hit Showicha as soon as he gets close. What an excellent choice made by Octopus. You know, as soon as the game started really slowing down, saying, all right, if I equip this, no quick move trying to slip up my reactions to stop me from blocking is going to work. I'm just protected. What an excellent choice coming out from our competitors. What is up next on stream? Do we know who's up next in our bracket?
We do. It should be the other... we should be basically advancing through loser side as normal, as Mastfam and Sodelic are now the next players up. And you can already see Mastfam hovering over the 9, knowing that he doesn't really want to play Tager into either Bang or Carl. And that's probably for the better.
Trying to play Tager Carl, there are... Let's just say there are much less severe things you could do that would get yourself checked into a hospital. Tager Carl is dangerous.
Rebel 1.
Like,
Action.
but 9 Carl, I think this matchup is pretty doable.
Yeah, very, for sure. Especially that 9 has access to these further range normals, meaning that she can kind of poke away from Carl's preferred range. Though Carl still has a lot of screen control, especially when the doll's sitting right there. Even though it's so far away from 9, you gotta be cognizant of that doll, because you can see how you can just activate it like that, or go for those very sneaky fireballs.
And one of the nice things when the doll's on the far side, that means that, you know, if he gets a counter hit or a launcher that sends you to the wrong side of the screen, he can combo off of that. And one thing we're seeing here is that both of these characters have somewhat flawed means of trying to recover from a disadvantaged state. No matter what they did, he got the DP, but he wasn't able to actually convert it into anything, despite the RC. All right.
Okay, solid pickup
So,
here.
Taking him
And
to the
this,
corner.
again, going to be putting Mass into a really interesting situation. And what's really tough for 9 as well is that her dash is not doing her any favors. It's so hard for this character to escape situations like this, because that dash does not operate normally.
Yep. Can't get any, you know, dash momentum either. Just try to extend some moves. There's just dashing forward, which is not invulnerable on startup. You got to back dash if you want that.
And you may also ask, why not just DP? Well, it's also even harder to DP, because if Mass cannot get a single one of his moves blocked, he cannot DP. He needs to have at least one stock available in order to do so. In that entire round, Mass was not able to make Sodelic block once.
So real quick here, I'd like to address the stream. I'd like to give a huge shout out to AJ Blues for a $100 donation to the match arena.
Yo.
Huge shout out and a Merry Christmas to you indeed.
So give me some CF. Well, folks, We got a lot of CF right now. Make sure y'all to claim those contribution codes because we're going into what could potentially be the final game between these two players. Sodelic with a huge lead already, and Mastfam trying to return it back to even with the Tiger.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you know, we've just gotten a big heat up on the match arena. That puts us at over $160 on this tournament. These players have a lot on the line. All right, all right. What are we seeing here? We got the 360B giving Tager the corner combo. Not quite the same as Carl, but his combo structure gets pretty freeform once he has the corner, and 6C is now opened up as an option.
True burst coming out from Sodelic. Fireball has to respect it.
Gonna fully reset Tager's situation. He's lost all of the advantage he might have had.
But he does have resources. The question is, will he spend it? Tries to go for the wedge catapult, but Sodelic was airborne for just a little too long, and Mastfam not able to get that grab.
Oh no, that was the wrong angle on the Spark Bolt.
And the multiple teabags. Sodelic really is rubbing it in at this point. A missed Spark Bolt. No burst going into this final round. This is looking really, really tough.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize that 2D would not interrupt that command grab. That command grab doll is just invul on everything.
Oh man, Sodelic, top 6 Evo champion, beating the CEO champion.
Yep.
Oh,
He says,
dear.
we were not having any purple grabs here. This is a real tournament. Showing off some Tager-specific route, where you can get all of the overheads in the world that you might possibly want. You don't even need to do an unblockable if you can just have unreactable triple overheads.
2 command grabs. Let's get a third. Gadget Finger RC, getting the extension.
Okay, okay, let's see. Oh, being patient with the backdash.
Oh, okay, waited out just a little bit, but couldn't fully commit. Spark Bolt going to get the magnetism applied, and there it is. The JD in the air, cashing him, and Mastfam staying alive.
Yep, 1-1 in this game. Down the burst, though. We'll see if he can be more efficient this game. He already dodged the command grab out of Carl. Says, I'm the real grappler. Okay, okay. What can he do here? These backdashes on Wake Up might be becoming a little bit predictable. But Sodelic has not been confident in them happening again just yet. This is the Match Arena Carl top 6 Evo, by the way.
Spark Bolt, that is going to be connecting with Sodelic. While sometimes you're okay with Spark Bolt being blocked, it hitting is so much better. And the command grab, trying to apply the magnetism yet again, trying to pull him in yet again. But Sodelic jumping this time around, avoiding the command grab. But still, we have one more situation. The backdash, trying to go for another one, but that's going to miss as well. Sodelic
He's so hungry for these.
Being so much more airborne than normal. Mastfam needs to catch him out of the air if he wants to be able to do something.
Oh my God!
Combo, no burst, and Mastfam with a pixel of life. If he's your GOAT, y'all gotta be hyping him up right now because Mastfam has evened things up against all odds. 1-1.
You know, Mass right there only lived because he's playing Tager. Brings in the 13,000 some health. Like, any other character would have already been dead to Carl there. Maybe Ragna or Celica could shoot somehow. The game was a little bit messy. However, we are synchronizing this up for one more match between these two and top 8 losers. And an error has occurred. Do we know what's going on here? Kick one of these players quick. Kick him. I want this on stream. This has been a really hype set.
I guess we'll find out very soon. And looks like we're just going to be waiting for, I believe, Mastfam to join the room again. Got scared. Third game. Yeah, no, this has been a great tournament so far. Once again. Because I feel like we need to say this multiple times. Shout out to AJ for the $100 donation. That is such a big deal of money. That will be going to the players that win this tournament. So thank you once again, supporting the stream, supporting the players, supporting the scene, and let's support these two players as we get into the final game of this set. Game number 3. Who is moving on into losers quarters?
Yeah.
Loser semis.
Loser semis, yes.
The wheel of fate is
It's like
This is the last game. This is the first to one, you know, to decide the first to 2. There's one apiece on each side. both of them. Obligating charge that up. I wonder what exactly was the plan there, using Carl to push Ada forwards during the sweep. I don't know if I've seen that before.
Marco gets the magnetism. And Sodelic not ready for the magnetism to swap him to the other side. Mastfam now has the corner advantage.
We'll
And
see
the
what he
doll
can do.
is absent from Sodelic's reach. That is going
Yep.
to be really tough to work around, but Mastfam still has to be able to recognize when that doll does get
Oh,
activated.
no.
But the
Oh,
double purple
no.
grab reset into the command grab.
I can take a
Mastfam,
reload tier if he does 8,000 damage.
he
This
finally
character
did
is
it.
clearly good. Right there. With just one more character. Uh-oh. Oh, with the gadget finger reset, grabbing the double finger. Okay,
Oh, no.
okay. What does he have
Sodelic
here?
stuff's brain to shut off. Mastfam.
What options does he have left? Dude, Sodelic so bullied on those wake-ups that he just straight up blocked after gadget finger. He said, you know, I don't care if you grab me. I'm just going to try to block. All right, but this is now Carl putting Tager in the corner. This could be a reversal of fortune. Carl getting a measly 800 damage.
Oh, and the wedge catapult actually working this time. Tries to go for it again, though, getting a little too greedy. Sodelic going to be finding a combo here.
Gotta get the follow-ups on your combo starters. You
The
know.
charge input.
Oh
And
my!
it's actually
Oh no! Oh no!
Still gonna land.
Oh.
Sodelic not reacting in time and gets scooped up, dragged in. Take him to China.
Sodelic doesn't know that that's just a straight unblockable. It's not a throw. It's just an unblockable.
Oh, you're
It's not-
right.
it doesn't even have invul on it.
No, you're right. You're right. I completely forgot.
Oh my gosh. Sodelic didn't have the matchup knowledge he needed. Maybe Tager is a top 1 character after all, in weight size. You know, think about it that way. Heaviest character in the game? Maybe. Maybe Susan's heavier, actually. Okay, it has some involved pre-flash. You are right, Fuzz. But it doesn't have invul during active, so you can just DP it.
Yeah.
Low key,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Low diff, low diff.
It's still a reaction check. I just worded it wrong.
Nah, you're good. I mean, he also was an OD, so he could have tapped, all 4 buttons.
That too.
But we'll save the VOD review for another day. Because currently, Aka has said, I play Shotos. I'm going to pick a Shoto that basically doesn't have a D button of any kind. What does he have
Anyways.
here? This is an even matchup, by the way. I don't know if you agree with that, but just want to show that's facts.
I will say so, yeah.
Like, a lot of people talk about some of the things that 9 can do to be oppressive and stop Ragna from getting his game going, of which blocking a DP is a great strategy.
Yeah, it can give you a free 3K. Just like that, and the rock coming in from the top ropes.
I think Aka tried to block that cross off, or maybe tried to run under it. Oh no. That was, one of the ways you can deny your opponent knowledge on how you play is to just lose the round fast enough that they can't get any information out of it. So you can just go straight to the next one, give yourself fresh footing again.
God hand. And
Okay.
Really interesting rooting with the DP ender.
I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah, it might not have been intentional. It does buff the normals, though, which is something that many people don't know.
True.
But not really by much.
It can change her properties a little bit, and perhaps they were looking for something there. But that is going to be a conversion there with a quick get up, operating, try to go into something. Oh, and they didn't know! It's an overdrive. That's an unblockable. The Ragna knowledge check. Do you know that this move, which is, by the way, not invul when it's active, so you can just challenge it, is unblockable. Okay, with 60 Yoki. Trying to check a 9 button. And the Hell's Fang goes underneath the teleport. But 2C will stuff the spell swap.
Yeah. Octopus just dancing all around them with those teleports, and Aka keeping their feet to the ground,
Okay.
taking them around.
I wonder how bad Tsubaki's matchup is versus 9 to motivate this swap. Okay, burst as soon as it's available. Perhaps Octo should have foreseen that coming. And that
Here
fireball.
yet again. Has access to Rock to get this final ender. And setting up Morganite for the double low, and that is going to be the game.
That rapid cancel in that routing for that combo was actually really creative. I don't know if I've seen that before.
Please select your character.
Going to use, just more normals rather than using a special of some kind. It's possible that the only knockdown or ender that you could have gotten would have been Crimson Raider.
Tsubaki,
Well, unsafe. I recognize that Salte Boi called it a double low, and we're gonna pretend that he was talking about the first hit of root and then the random 2x button that got pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's a knowledge check. Sometimes you gotta knowledge check the commentators as well. And by sometimes I mean basically constantly. We're out here in the blender. The players only need to know like one matchup. All of their opponents. We have to know every person's opponents. Like, this is unfair, actually. It's kind of like Tsubaki, where she can always just throw out another button that you might have forgotten about. And it's a side swap button there, too, because, it's Oki. Okay, but that's 90p extra slow, but he is active, so Tsubaki, whiff canceling something, which you can do because it's involved, is not enough to stuff 90p.
Okay. And
Okay,
Aka's
okay.
definitely doing a lot better after that Tsubaki switch. Trying to run in with JC. The JCC, it's a good option, especially for that approach, but unfortunately, I stuffed out midway through. Aka though, still getting a pickup.
Okay.
And waiting
Here we
once
are.
again, catching Octopus, trying to jump out with the air throw.
Honestly, to me, I don't know if Aka was actually playing a ton better, but Aka was really respecting Aka, seeing them on their main. We'll see if the difference here is that they're locked in because of the character choice, or if they're just being given respect. Okay. Octo staying as far back as he can, trying to avoid any potential,
Oh, that was so
mistaken
smart. The 3C to go under the fairy projectile.
interaction. To understand, that doesn't hit below the waist. Okay. With the dive kick, just reaching 9. Acknowledging that 9's, going to be on the other side of the screen somewhere.
Getting some small charges in, but not yet enough to get one
Okay.
stock active.
Yep, just under one stock. Doesn't have the fancy moves just yet, but the block on the rock is pretty valuable.
Yeah, that was a reset attempt from Octopus with the rock, but Aka being knowledgeable, knowing what antics Octopus is up to during their combos.
Quick
And
burst.
really good
180.
blocks on all these full screen overheads from the God Hands as well. And I like how Aka blocked the God Hand and started running up because there's so much end lag after the God Hand that you have plenty of time to do that. However, Aka may have waited a little too long until they started pressing buttons.
He tried to attack a tick throw in the air, but Aka just let a couple more JAs rock. And that's going to cost him the round, I think. No, the combo's too long. It is an air throw starter after all.
And
But
unfortunately
ODR.
for Octopus, locked in to that button and got punished by the OD. Tsubaki looks
And he's
like
locked into this
will be
character,
the
too.
choice.
Yep. He can't switch it off if he wants to. Octopus, unlikely to swap at all. Right there, we saw another example. 9, every single button she has, except for her 4X normals, are ODR punishable. And Aka, they had the OD, just cash out, Every option's a good option and it'll kill. Okay. Not opting for the OD this time, bursting early since he already has a stock, it doesn't matter. What can he do? The DP there did not turn out. I don't know how I feel about DPing versus 9 the Phantom. Okay. We're seeing some zoning gameplay going on here, despite the fact that neither of these characters are really using their traditional fireballs.
Now, Aka
Oh, just chipped out.
losing that round.
Just getting tagged once or twice, trying to, keep it slow and finding their footing, but 9 getting a lot of help when they only have to play neutral. 9 has a lot of strengths, but probably her biggest strength is that, her advantage state and her, when she's in charge of neutral, life can get really hard. Okay. Aka just not trying to be on the screen at all. Perhaps they wish this set was off stream. Okay, okay.
Okay, runs up. That's going to be punishing Octopus, trying to go for that God Hand.
That's the confidence that Aka needed to show to say that this game is going to be in their hands. Okay, what can they do? They trade meter.
Still charging up to these stocks. Trying to go for an anti-air, I think.
That could be, yes. And Aka, you know, you got to remember, if they lose this round, they're out. Whereas Octopus, you know, needs to only win one round. Aka needs to win two.
Yeah, right now Octopus is so close, and that's going to be it. Finding the final hit, confirming it for a simple 3-hit, 2-hit, 4-hit. I wasn't even paying attention.
Just
there,
a couple quick taps. Of,
just
you know,
a couple
air
quick
normals.
taps was enough to take the KO. 2-1 for Octopus, moving on into losers semis.
9 explaining, you know, with her win quote, what plus frames are. It's not order, it's just arrogance. If you think you're plus and that means I shouldn't press, you're arrogant. If I'm minus and you think I shouldn't press, you're arrogant.
Think of it more like being rebellious against the system.
Perhaps rebelling against fate.
Think of it like, you know, breaking the status quo.
True. Speaking of breaking the status quo, I'm seeing Lord Sally in here. And who might they be playing against? Let's check this bracket. Are we back in winners?
Yes, we should be.
I think we're in winners finals.
The winners finals.
Okay, okay. Do we know where Fuzz is?
I don't think we know yet. Well, in the chat.
Okay, okay. I'm going to
Let's
take
see.
a 30-second, grab some water and drink it. Oh no, Fuzz, you can't start this up on me like this. It's okay, it's okay. I'll be back in time.
All right, y'all start without him.
Well, I suppose I'll
Yeah.
take this time to go ahead and plug the Matcherino one more time. So y'all in chats, if y'all could, go ahead and claim these codes. Thank y'all very much.
Yep, go ahead and do that. We have 26 out of the 50 remaining. That'll be 25, I want to say.
Okay,
Hold
okay.
on. One more person.
There we go. And
Let's
he's
see.
back.
Going down all the way down on the clock, fainting out for a possible Kagura pick. What is this guy joking about?
What?
Showing the Kagura at the last second?
Oh. No?
What is this jokester doing? He is a Ragna player through and through, just to be real.
Let's see. Well, we're going to be getting a bit of a canon matchup, as many people will point out. Hazama
True.
versus Ragna.
On a
Sure.
beautiful stage.
Playing out.
Do you have a favorite stage in this game?
What's your favorite stage?
Honestly, I think Ashana Silent, this stage right here, probably like top 5 stage for me. Maybe my actual just straight up favorite stage.
Rachel's stage goes crazy, though.
Rachel's is amazing too, yes, with all the roses. This, I believe, is Celica's stage.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
But right here, we're seeing some very, very classic Ragna Hazama gameplay, the Nightmare Fiction. I believe that's what's going on in the background. However, these two right here, that's the first hit coming out by Fuzz, but he can't quite convert it. Perhaps one too many A's in there before he could do the B&B routing.
Tenjin popping Lord Sally up.
Okay,
Nice
okay.
confirm here. This should bring Lord Sally to the other corner.
I think so, I think so. All right, in the corner with a bold IUDJC. Actually, a
Solid
fairly
button.
viable button into Hazama. And right there, that's going to be... All right, a little too much sauce on the conversion attempt. Okay, okay. Yep. He knows that's a D divider. It can combo into 5B. Okay, okay. With a micro walk back on the 3C to get the... Oh my gosh, what sort of sauce is he pulling out here? He's playing like a maniac.
Yep,
and getting
right there.
punished. Wow.
Round 1 going to Fuzzama.
Okay.
Gonna play
Okay.
out. Good block so far, but the throw is going to come in at some point. Ragna has to really rely on that stagger pressure just because he doesn't really have access to a ton of strong highs and lows.
Mm-hmm. But
A lot of
you know,
it
trusting that simple 2A, the +0 button. One thing that can be frustrating for Hazama to deal with versus Ragna's pressure there is that his 2B is phenomenally minus, like minus 16 or so, 15 on his 2B, whereas Ragna's 2B is -2. So the pressure situation is just not at all equal for the two.
Until Hazama starts pressing those 5Bs. The 5Bs
Yes.
is a different story.
Unfortunately, what it lacks compared to Ragna's 5B is some range.
That's true.
Fortunately, any button is good when it comes to punishing a DP.
And any
However-
button is good when you are going to be jumping up into the air. For the anti-air like that, JA will do the job.
A nasty JA out of Ragna the Blood Edge, the goated character. Goated button, honestly, is really essential in a lot
Dude,
of Ragna's neutral.
Is Ragna JA not hype?
Ragna JA is just good.
Ragna JA is hype. I get excited when I see Ragna JA. Oh, and actually going to be
Okay.
kind of slightly low profile in the DP, but I think just completely out of the range.
Bro, I'm insane. Apparently, Hazama 2B is actually -1. I don't know what on earth was going through my mind. Apparently, it's -1. But that doesn't really matter if you can't get to pushing the button.
Now, Lord Sally on their last breath,
Okay,
but
okay.
as I speak, the
Nope.
OD has been activated. We're going to be able to get the super buff, I think. Do we have enough time? No, we do not.
No. But the cross-up divider is coming through, and I think Lord Sally has this game in the bag.
Is this combo enough?
Not
No,
enough.
it's not. One more hit, and that
there
is
it is.
The 5B, the Jesus kick. He has returned from the dead.
Oh my gosh, he really just said, I should be dead, but I'm him. I'm not dead.
Lord Sally, rising back up to heaven, has been resurrected
The wheel of fate is turning.
and taking a game over Fuzzama. Fuzzama's looking so strong.
Let's go. Okay. Oh, 5A, classic anti-air for both of these characters. Quick little phone slap. And we're seeing the BMB come out of Fuzzama. Let's see, what are we going to get in this OD situation? Quick little nothing into cross-up chain. Wow. So nasty with it. Okay. Sally's showing their confidence, willing to just run the full screen with an incredibly meaty 5B. That one was actually probably +5.
Stance backdash, not going to do any follow-ups after that. It's a little too risky.
Mm-hmm. Not pressuring during the OD was a great choice.
Final chain, bring him down.
Okay, okay.
Fuzzama yet again, getting another first round win. Game number 2.
Right there. So normally that JC would not be conformable with the ground button, so he just immediately went up for the JA to get mileage off of it. He's just showing some great knowledge over his character.
TRM.
Yep, he did an extra slow tick throw to catch the TRM. This is big. Okay, okay. This combo
Might be a
won't
bit of an
kill.
understatement. Lord Sally has enacted such a massive lead.
Oh my god.
I
That
wonder how
counter hit
Fuzzama's
might be
gonna come
big.
back from this, but Lord Sally has come back from worse.
True. And honestly, I don't know if it's really a comeback with this kind of, lead he has going on. Okay, okay. He might be getting put in timeout. Oh.
OD, that's going to jail his burst.
This
But
is
is
a
it going
big
to
Hazama
win the
combo.
game? We have the super.
Oh, it
This is going to do
kills.
extra damage.
This kills, I think.
Yes, it should. The comeback is real.
Oh my god. That right there looking like some BBCS damage right there. It says 6.1 in the the register. But what do you think that was actually? 7.1? Was it 7.5?
I couldn't tell you.
Honestly, like, I agree. It was an insane amount of damage that just goes completely under the radar. Completely tax free, unprorated.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Yep.
It just keeps going.
Rebel,
As all good supers are.
action.
True. Sneaking in with the Jorgmunder. Okay. Hazama, 3C, very actually good at challenging Ragna's 5B because it goes under the move for a fair bit. And Ragna's 5B has a gigantic hurt box underneath him, perhaps referencing his manly parts.
Excuse me?
The hitbox or the hurt box on 5B goes all the way to the ground, but like there's nothing there. Or is there? TM. Speaking of manly parts, Hazama getting manhandled. Yeah, Ragna 5B, actually, you can smoke it with like every 2x button in the game.
You got me stun locked, brother.
That was a 5k damage combo. Can you believe? Sally,
No,
excuse me.
yeah.
Unknown OD Ragna. Emphasis on the OD part.
Anyways,
Oh
Fuzzama.
my. This is insane right here. Earlier, Fuzzama dropped before the Jamejin, and what's actually really tricky about that is that if you're holding forwards to tech forwards out of it, and the Hazama delays the Jamejin, you can get clipped. But if you don't try teching forwards, then Hazama gets to keep his positioning. So it's a little bit of a mind game of how aggressive do you want to be with your teching out versus how safe you want to be.
The 2A's doing the Lord's work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Counter hit. That's huge. The burst from Fuzzama.
Yeah,
Now you don't want to be at the full screen range. Another burst from Lord Sally. Really believing in this round. Wants to win it. That cross up is going to be trading with Lord Sally's attempted anti-air.
Rebel 3, action.
Okay. Ooh, JC hits cross up, but the 5A will trade with it.
Oh, and I love how we stop the momentum with the drop kick. That was really smart.
Yep. It looks like Sally did not know how to challenge it, perhaps preempted the backdash. Jamejin actually is cancelable on whiff, but not on block.
Into command. Command grab? Grab? Yeah.
Grab, yeah. Okay, there's the overhead out stance. And a hit confirms it. Yeah, confirms TM with RC. More of a just locks out the block with the low.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, Hazama 2B is actually -1 in this game, and the same animation and BB tag is -11.
Oh, you're mixing it with BB tag.
Yeah, I got mixed.
Is this 2B really that negative in that game? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, and his 2C, well, his 2B actual, 2C in this game is even more minus. It's like -20. It's kind of laughable.
Yeah, that's.
But
that's
he's supposed to have an assist character to help him out, which he does not have here, so they're a little safer.
He's actually a better character on his own.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for a man like Hazama being asked to work in a team. Understandable. Okay. There are 23 codes left in the Matcherino. If you need something to do with your hands, maybe a fidget spinner, Matcherino is great. Easy to make an account, easy to log in. All you need is an email, which your mom got you when you were 3. And that's 3k damage for Hazama. Classic Hazama gameplay. Dumping chains.
Dumping some meter as well with that RC cancel.
Oh my gosh.
The loop.
Emptying the whole clip.
Alright, Lord Sally, let's see the saucy combos of your own. Here's a throw to start us off.
What was that?
No combo though.
Perhaps he wanted to flex some tech and show off forward throw 5A routing? I'm not sure. Going for the Blood Scythe frame kill.
Ooh, yeah, that Hotenjin killing. Honestly, that cancel from Hotenjin was so late that I thought it was going to miss.
Nah, because Hotengen's a frame 4 button. Remember?
Yeah, no, I know.
Like, it's
It's
just
very fast.
it's just that fast, that huge too. The hitbox on it's actually somewhat underrated in my opinion. Right there, that was a showing of 5B getting low profiled again. Okay. Leveraging the 6A and the OD routing because Hazama actually has means of doing so, and I think this will kill with the super.
Yeah, and there's nothing Lord Sally can do about it. That is going to be the game and set with Hazama 3-1. Things were looking very shaky at first.
Lord
Hazama
Sally
brought it
10th
down
losers.
all ground.
Fuzzama really showed that they were the more consistent player there towards the end, with 2 absolutely huge combos to steal 2 games. That's right there the difference. That Fuzzama is well known for just their insane consistency and combo knowledge. As being pointed out in chat, that was 5.5 on the register. With how long that combo was going for, might have been 7K. I don't know. Insane number.
You might be right. I'm not gonna fact check you.
Nah, we don't believe in fact
No,
checks.
we don't talk down to the other people. We uplift.
True. We uplift our fellow commentators here in this house.
We maintain the status quo.
This is, after all, NOL Novus Orbis Librarium TTV. And this tournament, by the way, does have a matcherino. If you'd like me to talk about the matcherino, or if you'd like me to not talk about the matcherino, you should go to matcherino right now and you should click claim code. Which, by the way, you can do, anyone can do. Something that not anyone can do is beat Octopus or Mastfam in this bracket. Only one person's going to do that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is one of the things about this matchup, is that even if Octopus is going to be sitting from that full screen range, tossing out those big normals, tossing out that God Hand, you have to be aware that Mastfam is the type of player who is going to squeeze in the Spark Bolt charges at any point, at any opportunity he can.
Oh, the DP going through the anti-air.
Charging up that move, getting the armor frames, going to be punishing Octopus once again. And that's going to be a really, really big hit. Another really big hit for Octopus as well. Rocket's going to keep this combo going, as well as the ice and the fairy setup here. What's the mix-up going to be? Trying to ignore the mix-up with the super. Has the RC to keep it safe. And Spark Bolt once again catching Octopus on their shape.
That was a great choice by Mass to use the strike super rather than trying to throw. Understanding that Magnatech Wheel has a gigantic hitbox rivaling the size of Tager himself. Okay.
First, once again, charging up that Spark Bolt any opportunity he can. If you try to zone him out with Amethyst, he's going to do it. And now he's at full Spark Bolt to use after this combo finishes. Octopus in red life cannot take a single hit after this. And attempting to go for the command grab, and it stays active just enough. Octopus not even attempting to jump and trying to punish it on the ground. And that is going to be the round and the game going to Mastfam.
Wow. He held the command grab, said, I'm going to die or I won't die, but I'm just going to trust in this grab. As he says, he's even more evil.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember,
folks, we are in first 2 territory. So, Mastfam is now on game point.
Game point.
Just needs to win one more.
All right. Hager JD, but it does come with a hurt box. It's a large move, but not perfectly large.
You just let him get free Spark Bolt.
Tried to interact with it, said, but charging Spark Bolt has guard point on it.
Oh, interesting. We bursted immediately on the Spark Bolt hit.
Yep, to try to deny any follow-up combo, stop anything from happening, despite the fact that the combo actually would eat some of the magnetism time, depending upon the router. And that's a reset.
But that magnetism time is certainly run out, as Mastfam has been in this combo for quite a long time. The scoop up from the air. What are you doing in the air like that, Octopus?
The backdash right there was intelligent. It dodged everything that Octopus was trying to do on Oki. And then what was scheduled to be the time while Mastfam was stuck in block stun. He involved everything, so then he could command grab him. However, that wasn't enough. His health bar was too low, and now he's down 1 round in this game. But he's found the first hit here, starting our next round. With the classic
First
monkey
grab
kick
as
whip.
well.
Mhm.
Health gone.
Oh my gosh, all the magnetism in the world coming through.
Good preemptive
Interacting
button.
with Nine's unique movement. Counter hit into 60, you know that that's confirmed.
Oh, it doesn't quite reach.
Oh
the
no!
Crimson Raider.
Being a little silly with it.
Mastfam. Set point now. 1 more round.
Mm-hmm. Can Octo get back into this game? Wow, Tager actually sucks. Can you believe he got hit by that?
Dude, happens every day.
True. This Tager character, you have to clock in, not to a 9 to 5, like a 9
It
to
is-
like worse.
It is how it is how you would say it, right?
Yeah, it is how it is. Like, you know, when your boss just tells you, yep, you're going to be staying late and clocking in early.
And you can tell Mastfam has no more of it is what it is anymore, because right now he is
Oh my
looking to end this game early, scooping up Octopus from the air yet again.
Does he get this out? He might have
Might
tried to
have killed-
burst bait it, but the burst didn't come back, but then he still disrespected him with the air driver. Yeah, oh
Octopus
my
trying
God.
to stay grounded that time around, and instead, he's like, you know what? You come up to the air now. You come up to the air when I say you do. You're on the ground when I say you do. These reads were immaculate. These reactions were immaculate, and it's just really smart play all around with these with these with these grabs in general. Just because
Mhm.
the thing is that air approach is very slow and reactable, so it does
Yup.
make it quite risky to go for these multi teleports.
Yep. Yeah, there's so much that you know, he can go for, try to do things, but like Ragna is a completely different beast. You know, everything that might have been working that previous set, does any of it work in this set?
We will wait and see. Yeah, like you've mentioned, we've seen Tager versus Ragna already in this bracket, but there's a very different flavor of Ragna.
Mm-hmm. We have Lord Sally coming out one more time, acknowledging, you know, Ragna 5B infamous button. However, his 2B actually is a pretty serviceable move, slightly disjointed, you know, only minus safe, and most importantly, it is foot attribute, which will beat Tager's guard point.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I need a small correction. Actually, both these players have already played each other. I was thinking that it was like Showicha versus Mastfam. No.
Oh.
It's Mastfam versus Lord Sally before. And Lord
Yes.
Sally got that 2-0. Yeah, okay, hold on. This is going to be much more interesting than before. Though it is a versus 3, remember.
Mm-hmm. 2-0 is
Things
not enough
could be
here.
Very different.
All right, that's the first command grab. You can see that is Ragna's health bar, so it does a little bit more than usual.
What a backdash. You know, maybe this Tager character isn't hardworking.
Honestly, you know, we might gotta reflect on that a little bit.
You know,
He works 9 to 9 as a, you know, CEO. He's
yeah,
just
exactly. Yeah,
laying
the money
back.
just comes to him, right?
Like, yeah,
he lays off 300 Ragnas a day.
yep. He works 9 to 9 to collect OD paychecks or overtime paychecks, not because he needs to. He's a hater. Okay. 3.4 and in the corner. 6Ds into the JD, typically followed up with a dash in and some sort of button, but this time he patiently backs off. Mast expecting the button, went for the grab.
Trying to play safe with these back dashes, but unfortunately still has to block the blender and was not able to block it all the way through. Mastfam is going to be losing that round. Lord Sally taking one of their own.
Okay. Ooh, with the 2B, I didn't know that would smoke a Tager 5C. That is interesting. In the TRM, perhaps he was going for an OS attempt. Throw OS, not typically done in neutral, however. I wonder what the motivation was. Okay. We have another knockdown here. Just run up 2A, acknowledges. We're going to do the guessing game, but my 2A is +0. You need to figure out how to time your command grab to come out with the buffer. And I'm in charge of when you're in block stun. And that's another. Oh, no. That 2D was supposed to be a blood scythe. This is a big turn of
alive?
fate. This might be half his life right here.
We have no
Okay.
resources to follow up afterwards.
Wow, it's the light version. Okay, okay. And he went to push the button.
5A. That's all you need. The light tap on the shoulder.
The smallest
Get out of here.
little
We're going to
punch.
Game 2.
Taker has really actually a tiny number of moves that would go under that 5A. I think 2C is one of them. I don't know if his normal crouch actually goes under it, at least not his crouch block.
The wheel of fate
So really, that 5A, you know, normally it might whiff on crouchers. Not in this matchup. That was guaranteed. Barring maybe a 360B. But there's our 360A. Into the, yeah, tap A. Tapping A right there, you know, it changes the frame advantage situation from your normal gadget finger ender.
Counter gadget finger. What's it going to be? The timer scam? No. Instead, we're
just
just
a
going to
little
go for
distract.
a little Ferris wheel.
Wow. He made that routing look like it was normal BMB, not special at all.
Dude, it was just a little bit of flair there. That was pretty cool, actually. The pickup.
It was
afterwards.
actually really cool.
That was actually really cool. Like, that wasn't even. I didn't really feel like that was disrespect. I feel like that was just cool.
Yeah, it looked so natural. I was like, you know, maybe, okay, at his cubicle, he does have the RGB keyboard. Just because, you know, for a little pizzazz. Okay, okay. RC Hellsfang 2 into the 2B. Check how honest are his blocks. Is he going to fuzzy? Oh, and just taps out with the 2A. Honestly, a kind of bold decision to opt for Tager's 2A as your blinded challenge. Tries to roll out but must burst after it fails.
That is going to be so much damage.
Oh my.
That is going to be the increased damage as well because of OD state.
He might have
didn't think
actually
that would-
lived if he didn't do the follow-up, because then he wouldn't be in counter hit.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, I don't think this is going to kill. It did. I was like,
It
this is going
did.
to be a lot of damage, but I don't think it's going to kill.
Wow.
No, it did.
Wow.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
With 100 meter and OD, Tager's magnetism goes for effectively forever, because by the time you got 100 meter, probably enough times passed for you to actually start it that you have it in the round. Okay, okay, and they're both doing very, very screw you bursts. Neither of them showing any kind of patience. All right, all right. 2A on the fake Oki, you know, where he's refusing to get up off the ground in a blue beats.
Backdash to avoid the DP. And we've seen these backdash attempts with these, these DP baits with these backdash attempts before. Looks like that will be effectively working out finally.
Yup.
Mastfam with their first lead of the set.
All right, all right. And that's going to be a big JD counter hit that he'll convert into a full combo. With a little gadget finger, he's sucking back in. But the ender doesn't appear to go as planned. Clean swaps on the block there. However, you do need to hit Ragna if you want to win the game. However, Ragna is one of those few characters that can get a little bit of chip going on to try to challenge things. All right, all right. We're seeing some creative mix-up attempts, whiffing a couple buttons. All right, that I do not believe to be what was desired. This might be a kill.
Or we're going to extend it. Oh no, we're actually just going to go for the full
I think so. I think we're going for time. If you see his OD, Mass is going to get OD in time to secure this all the way through. All right, guys,
Yeah.
keep counting.
There's just enough time to where, like,
Oh, no.
okay, no, we're
Oh,
just going to go for
no.
it.
He wasn't ready for it. All right, and now the good news there is that we're going to game 3. However, if Mass is in a situation where he's not sure if he can get all the way through the timer scam,
The wheel
where he's now pressured to try to do something during those. He no longer can just, sit down and relax and cool off waiting for the next match. Because that throw did 2.7k, which Mass might have not been able to do otherwise.
Yeah.
So he really did have one more interaction in him, but gave it up to the purple. Let's see what Lord Sally can do.
Well, Lord Sally is certainly doing something. Let me tell you that. Took it personally, let me tell you.
I was being all introspective there and, thinking. But meanwhile, Mastfam, his health bar was disappearing like my wallet on Black Friday. Like, just gone.
Yeah, someone stole it probably.
Hopefully not.
It's like my wallet in Vegas.
Oops. Oh, I mean, what goes to Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, stays, he got put in hit stun, tried to burst. Where is it? Nope. You're staying in hit stun. Lord Sally over here with all the stuff in the world.
And this is looking like that beatdown that we saw previously when we were on the winner side of the bracket. The air OD, the DP, and that was a really cool combo actually.
Air OD is actually so fun to pop. Especially on a character like Ragna, where you have the air DP, so you can still threaten with immediate invul. Like, he really just clocked in there, said, your shift is over, you're fired. Okay.
That's really how it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just a little tap on the Spark Bolt charge, recognizing that Sally's been fairly respectful during these round starts. Okay.
Immediate burst from Mastfam very early.
Well, the real resource that Tager needs is that Spark Bolt.
That's true.
Tager has great, YOLO tools to use in a scramble. Trying to, pop a situation with OD is not the most needed. However, losing 50 meter to your YOLO is a little rough.
Ooh, it's tempted to go for the wedge catapult. Not going to work out.
But it won't do because our Lord Sally is determined to keep trying. But they get caught by that grab. That burst just went straight down the drain.
Yeah, but so has Mastfam's. It's still stuck down there. They're trying to find a way to get it out. 4 pip at the moment. It's going to be 5 very soon. Either way, it's going to be a while until we do see that OD or burst come from Mastfam. And that's going to give Lord Sally plenty of time to try and get some damage on him before then.
And try to abuse the size of Tager's hurt box. But you only get to try to do that when it's your turn, when you're not getting hit. And it looks like Mastfam's going to take this for the full combo in the corner. Might even convert this into super. I don't know if this will kill.
It's going to be close. No, that's dead. That's dead. If we do the super?
Oh, yeah.
Minimum damage. Absolutely.
That crusher, I don't think was needed.
Yeah, probably not.
He was just doing it for the mental. He
The
knew
style, volley, the flare.
After I get this combo, you don't get a chance to respond. So I'm going to take all the time I want.
Yeah, when you mentioned it, I was like, okay. It might not. Then I saw how much damage it continued to do.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute. Maybe let me rethink the decisions I have made in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong.
Like, he's putting a string of decisions together that are just absolutely phenomenal. Like, Mastfam made a number of good choices on their own. However, a certain OD Ragna is really just putting together a whole host of options that they're representing. There wasn't enough, unfortunately, and is going to leave Mastfam here to be in our loser's side of grand finals here against Fuzzama. I suppose those wanting to see who they are, maybe you have to wait for the post-tournament graphic. If it'll be on there, who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know when the big reveal is. I don't know when it's supposed to happen. Somebody let me know when I can spoil this. But Salte Boi, how are we doing? What is this next match we got going on?
Folks, we got grand finals coming right up. Fuzzama on the winner's side of the bracket with Hazama, and Mastfam pondering the 9, and we're actually going to be locking into the 9 as well to start off game number 1 here for NOL number 5. Very
right.
interesting. Choosing the 9 instead of the Tiger. And to be fair, 9 does fare better into this matchup. But is Mastfam comfortable enough to pilot 9 into Fuzzama's Hazama?
This is huge right here. 9 Hazama is not actually a particularly amazing match
It's not.
for 9. Because the chains, we'll get to see how the chains interact with her normals. But 9's relatively slow jump can make it hard for her to actually maneuver around some of Hazama's chains. Teleport is nice, goes straight through them, but the jump arcs are not particularly friendly, and 9's very floaty.
Mhm.
All right.
And Hazama also has plenty of ways to try and catch out those teleports as well.
Mm-hmm. A typical strength of 9 is her irregular movement, that it can make it hard for characters to tag her on the ground. But Hazama's not looking to tag her on the ground.
Yeah.
It's gonna tag her out of the
The
air.
thing is, too, it's just like a lot of rethinking about how you chase down characters as well, because it's less of reacting to where 9 ends up and more like predicting where she'll end up.
Yeah,
and covering those
preempting
options.
an option.
And that's why characters like S are so strong against 9, because she can cover multiple options at once.
Yep. With just the large hitboxes, trying to reach out and cover as much space as possible. Right there, you got the short chain. Surprised by that. It looked like it was far enough. Okay.
So far, Fuzzama has been really, really strong against this 9.
We're seeing a couple non-conversions here, but does it really matter if your health bar is still full?
JA meeting Fuzzama up in the air. We are going to be getting a big confirm. Tries to reset into the rock, but that's not going to work.
All right. Wow! Can you believe
It
that
reached
reach?
and it punished?
That's the power of a micro dash retention right there. Or maybe a micro dash.
Honestly, like it's the combination of the fact that it reached and it punished, and it was fast enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it is 4 frames, but even then, you got to take that travel time into account.
Yeah, and all of the distance that it could cover. I mean, I know it's bigger and faster and larger. Well, not faster, but larger, because it moves more in overdrive. However, with the additional movement from being that way and the dash, wow, all of the reach in the world. What's the way forwards here if you're Mass? You got to acknowledge that Hazama is that slippery guy.
I don't know, because so far, Mastfam is really struggling to do anything.
We're
Like-
seeing some of the strengths that Hazama brings in this matchup. This is difficult. Even though Fuzz is dropping, it's not leaving Mass in a position where he has good options to punish him. And there's a drop of his own.
You do have access to the Amethyst, which I'm surprised Mastfam hasn't brought out until now. It's really good just because it covers an entire lane of the screen for a long time, meaning that Hazama can't be airborne or grounded like he would want to be. It does limit a lot of his options.
Yeah, and it's also really slow. Spends a lot of time on the screen.
Lots of hit stun as well.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like that air grab right there, catching Mass, not used to having to push the grab button, used to just being able to throw in ball through all of them.
CEO, what an experience. Solid combo that's going to be tossing Mastfam into the corner, and like we mentioned before, this is a very bad position for 9 to be in because she has so many limited options to actually get out, even with that teleport attempt. Trying to get a button out, trying to regain the advantage, has to DP in order to get anything started.
All right. What is the way forwards here? Catching him with the Morganite, perhaps expecting an attempt at a high coming out. But, you know, there's nothing to fuzzy if it's just lows.
Right now, Mastfam has been doing combo trading at this point in time. Fuzzama has not been able to respawn just yet. Will this kill? Yes, it will. What's notable about that super actually is that it scales more damage the more stocks you have. So I was a bit unsure just because he had no stocks available to actually buff the damage of that super.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is a horrible point for Mastfam, actually. Great point for Fuzzama to OD through that Crimson Raider.
Mm-hmm. Crimson Raider, one of those moves that you do kind of need overdrive to actually call out. Oh, and Hazama JB is just a little bit too narrow vertically. But it looks like he's going to get out of the Meteor Shower. Blocks the God Hand as well. Okay, but not that one. That Exodia was just barely too much. What can Fuzzama do? Let's see him. Let's get some action in here. This cautious neutral by both players, too far away to actually confirm anything. Okay, and there's the counter hit he needs to get them advantage.
Yeah, 50 meter. Can't kill yet, though, especially with a drop like that. And when you're up in the air, Fuzzama can react with a simple Hotenjin.
I don't think this kills, though.
And no, it wouldn't. We don't have 50 meter for the buff super. Didn't even try to use EA either.
But now he has to block Hazama. Or did he need to do anything but block? And grab comes through to take that game, putting Fuzzama up 2-0 in this first set, possibly the only set of grand finals.
Yeah, this is a interesting position for Mastfam to claw out of, especially when you continue to lock into the 9. And we'll see if the 9 pick ends up being a fruitful choice, just because it has not been working for these past 2 games. And now we're at what could potentially be the final game of this entire bracket. Fuzzama is knocking on the door to get the lion's share of the $160 in the Matcherino.
Quick plug, Matcherino, by the way, you can click more codes, donate on your own. Thank you to everybody who has donated thus far this bracket, including, of course, AJ Blues and our TO Thunlong, as well as Dunder. Shout out to all of you and everybody who's claimed their codes. But we are seeing some huge movements by Mastfam right here saying, this is not over. I want some of my own.
It confirms. All right. We got him.
Ooh.
Off the combo, though.
Positioning.
Oh, I wonder if that was intentional. Because it does seem like we were trying to set something up with that.
It looked like that was intended to be a very burst-safe route. But it did not quite pay off. Ooh, very unfortunate they're getting dash crush trigger instead of dash block.
Fuzzama's still alive, though.
All right.
Stalling in the air with some
FTTs. Definitely a stylish choice.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. But it ended up
I never thought
out.
of doing it, but honestly, against Jacko, that makes sense. And they got away with it. The J2A ends up cleaning up the round with 9's famous, incredibly disjointed, not projectile normals.
It's also really good for crossing up the opponent as well, which we've already seen in this set multiple times.
I'm not sure if this is a disconnect.
This is a desync.
This has to be, yeah. This is an incredibly unfortunate way for grand finals, possibly the very last match of the tournament to go. No, I'm not in.
I'm desynced.
Oh my god.
Actually, wait.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm not desynced.
Oh, can you pull up a stream real fast?
Wait. I got you, fam. 30 FPS, 720p. Let's see if this works.
All right, let's
That'll
do it.
That'll do. Okay, good. That game's completely different from the one on my screen.
All right.
And it looks like this game is good. It looks like we're seeing Mastfam about to get killed by a Hotenjin. And now that's 1-1 apiece in this game of BlazBlue.
For Fuzzama, Mastfam needs this round to stay alive. Can Mastfam take a single game? Fuzzama's not going to make it easy.
All right. I'm digging the cursor movement.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. All right. What are we going to see? The Morganite, the second hit becomes a low if the first hit whiffs. Perhaps Fuzz was not ready for it.
Sorry, I can't make it full screen. Yeah, you have to go to the game settings to do that.
Drop the button down so it doesn't flash our Discord names when we talk. All right. But we have Fuzz here. Just got bursted out by Mast. Mast is trying to stay in here. This is the last thing that he has. If he loses this game, he is out of the tournament.
The super! Is this enough to kill? I don't think it is.
No, not quite.
Fuzzama staying alive.
That. Perhaps he's
Oh,
there's another one.
And what's crazy about that as well is also a low crush, and in that moment, Zama was going for a
All right,
low.
kick the players, so we can get this proper.
Okay, yeah. Stop streaming my window.
Kick a player, yeah. Yeah, go back to BB.
Oh, wait.
Or one of the players can just tap return. That's also good.
Yeah. It seems like we got the memo.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, because it sent us back to room.
Super DP between 2 and 2D. Oh yeah, that too. That's probably it. Yeah, the invincibility. But yeah, let me. Yeah, that super has like some really niche properties that never really get brought up all too much.
Yeah, a big thing about it is that it's.
Oh wait, oh sorry. Okay, wait, I got it mixed up. Reversal super. Yeah. Okay, that was the invincibility in work. So how that works is that it has a foot property, so it can be low crushed. Okay, I got it mixed up. So in that situation, it could have been low crush if the correct moves are used by Fuzzama.
Yeah, I think 6C would have been needed, which is not a particularly fast move and would be very bold to use. More commonly, 6C used perhaps trying to space out to make a DP whiff. But 9's DP, not the typical motion, also incredibly slow.
Not at all. Ooh, nice charging it all the way, trying to react to what Mastfam was trying to do, but not quite able to catch that teleport out.
Once again, Fuzz only needs to win this entire game, and then the tournament is over. If he can get there. That 5C whiff was really scary. Oh boy.
Ooh, try to reset it, maybe pressure. And we're also going to be setting out the mirror. This is actually kind of tough to work around as Hazama, just because those chains are projectile based.
Yup. Right there, leveraging the ability to ODR. ODR's 9 sweep. And this combo is going to do a fair chunk of damage, but will not be the kill. It's going to make it a one-touch game for both players. Whiffs the 3C. Looked like it would hit, though, but it didn't. And then just JB2A. Steals the first round of this game. Where are they going next?
And it looks like Mass was trying to ready up to block it, but maybe was just a little too late or a little too early.
Yeah. Perhaps they got caught up backing, not holding the barrier button, so they got jumped rather than up. All right. Fuzz showing he's willing to check the teleports. The 2A there would leave him plus if the 9 teleports again, as well as checking if it's just one. Ooh, it's a big counter.
Caught by the chain. The confirm from Fuzzama is insane.
So many side swaps as part of this conversion right here. It's going to get the stance ender. Okay.
Into the TRM. That's
this
game.
This could be it.
Into the OD. And we do not drop. Fuzzama is your winner for tonight.
That is going to be Grand Finals concluded in the winner's side. First set. Congratulations to Fuzzama for winning the bracket. Congratulations to Mastfam, all the other great players that showed up. Yes, Fuzz, I agree. That looked very scary, that OD right there. I 100% would have dropped that. I cannot do OD cancels in the middle of a air string. Those are so hard.
But hopefully y'all enjoyed the matches that we've had on stream so far, whether it's in top 8, whether it's before top 8. Hopefully your favorite player was Fuzz because they won the tournament. And if not, hopefully they ended up doing well as well. Congrats to Mastfam for the 2nd place finish and everyone who also made top 8. But other than that, I think that'll be it for us tonight.
Indeed, it will be. Unless y'all have anything else y'all like to say, I'd like to thank both of you so very much for sticking it out for these 3 hours of fun. Thank you, Salte, and thank you, Epicnam. Very much
Yeah, it
appreciated.
was a pleasure. This was a great tournament.
I'd like to thank Hollow for helping run the whole bracket, and the rest of the mods here at the NOL for making this happen, and of course everyone who entered today to make this event as cool as it was. With that, I'm pretty much done saying my part. If you guys would have anything else you'd like to say, do so now.
That's it for me.
That's all good from me. Of course, this has been NOL TTV. This was honestly a great monthly. I think we had 26 players in bracket today. GG's.
GG's. All right. See you on the next one.
All right. Peace out.